was our share found messages a break. Yabakin can messages no our phone so and as a Facebook comment section or answer Jamal. Yabakan our show no so a fee make out say oh fear na monitor Jumadi and some our TV so na just near kind of digital and a satellite in no ya was so and one so far remote and a fee was searching for Wontumi TV radio 101.3 FM and a YouTube and so Wontumi TV baby abe Fabian ho and then so can YouTube messages no more and some de amaye for ebe kwama no ne ye de aye dwumadi and fan say we ye Wontumi weekend edition dwumadi no and some about Wontumi sports and ye now foreign news ni na eba eno matches ni bi and some about so eno Chelsea said ye Chelsea team as nipa kasama ni rough eno de and so Maraska yana ni pechao ye kra be sa kase ensi wabo nti o so masa kan wo nya sa de a ye no ye hu de chen say o and so one to tonio ma ya ntempa na chesam say ye say ja kwam wa kwa no ni nyina no ye be no Chelsea sa kwa we ekolusu na nye ye no nsam no mo ebe ba Manchester for say nyame ya no 2028 onum ebe je Premier League title ni nyina no ye the update about big matches our ho and then oko Italy we ensom at top of the table we bamuchen our way to Bay Arena ye the game no nsam ni nyina no ensom abama bobo kwa fanasa Real Madrid our game boy and Barca team no ensom ababa weekend nyame ya no next midweek omo matches I was Barca our Champions League anymore and no some about cause nsam ni nyina no and so about this and in some p and I can feel so no if you at there and Korea or Pemso and some in some pinan out to Granny no you become now fair update anymore and some at the amateur for make us a funny in our dental production team and I'm at Munanka and also boy at them Yadi and Jumadi and some at the Emma would drew MC on my Shadrach and I found out Kwame Munano and some wanna make us okay to ranking and some attach I feel better a Newton Latte anchor make us a Michael Kumioha and I feel Michael as a report and some and sporty and a Dromuchuma Nemo Mike Eba Besra and some and pay our show no so I see PB some rabium na Bibia find a couple
Bibia fine fancy Bibia
and I'm say who do in the power
oh David and Radiem say Bibia and Koso Bibia
anyone now say
oh yes and I make canko for them me bother you do body me bother me a do body was a me
pressure to a man for so
when I'm fan chemi you wanna make calm who say the AC ni so be no and quick you can so be free will be in fat and is when yes a man for the man for no makoy oh yes so
someone
yet dear boom kutajene so nim kutajene Someone had the boom general as a fancy when you are so bear one more will be started so of phrase car and you be pay you ever call him any other but fancy as a call no qua and ring game ma one of those share you so be a fat be at fun say
cameraman say JB yes in rock crowd so na chia kwan yes no dread come nice guy
easy crowd one we what the akroma the
out of courage
oh yes
listen say you know I hear and see yes say the time me pour me kodru fie no man pie biem and say they dey be achimia media bay
me bia ya na sama so
and say omo fa bu akwa bo mo bu F5
oh okay
because me fresh I can person penny oh eja drive
abu akwa shake manzu
was it dikan fa mechanic dikan me bana se boss patrol mate na say abu akwa el capital
oh yes
oh praga bebe 80 abu akwa shake manzu bin Said Al Nayan
yes abu akwa sikani kase
and was in an outcome so yes otito mo shark Wontumi nkana na won ba omun ka be oh ya baba kwama no ya the foreign news ebe ma wo and was say you so much about so ye no adwuma
oh sir
first game or trade draw
okay
second game me guano
okay
third or trade draw fourth game no only give me 4-2
and I was
national akaja say masa fancy the ocean 4-2 ni empon ya ompo na kobusa meza
okay
yeah, grab so Matia man 10-4. More than your firm and I for myself go Bosheba. Also I retell exam say me energy
sound 10 abium
sound
I'm say 10 and
of course ni say me boa me na me yeti no yeli
no one 10
but this that na was here the betting so TV so wouldn't say kwame na ma shara ka twa pincha we 10-4 no only me 4-2 right after almost say menya the 12 also shara ka ma highlight
okay we are fans in the Bosheba highlight na etwa go
them say juma ma dey me
say enu kwa say obobi wa
na no okay ti kwa no so Bosheba mu ado de be eno no
ana Bosheba try o ti Bosheba say dey mo waji ba bi foforo na mo mpo obi ne mobile fans dem say yema obobi wa bi
asami ya 11 phone po me kra me say 10-4 me ya 11-4 ache no mo se me fa wa kunkan na me say metimi a she 12 fa ikabo ya no so be che 3000
na no
to me ache de star 256 star 4 hash star 256 star 4 hash dem option 3 jackpot na me che ni pa me ensa obi 1000 Ghana cedis emergency no wa pie wa ko du sika nyina wie na ene me ma tawa
wetimi di ashem
ebe so ene no ochina onya bi di akwa so akwa woto collection na won kwa sorry obekọ
Monday wasa betwa
no nya bi yes mama messages ni kakra kapo na me fa bi so na
yes
foreign embra
Mate Fancy Ghana for a monitor Bobby Samuel was a good morning fancy update on Real Madrid and no Eddie Abba Young Warrior say good morning from Evans inside Taka Angola Takwa and monitor a day every Jeremiah DY Anan was live from Manso Watreso Kwame Eugene Mofa and also Eddie Abba Samuel Senior say good morning fancy update on Barca me trend and Lily chapter say fancy more update on Arsenal Kwame IC was a more update on Barca transfers and Wadiaba Eric Kwame Noah was a good morning fancy watching the show live from Germany keep up the great work I don't know and so Diaba Tanko GS a good morning fancy watching the live from Cape Coast update on Hala Real Madrid I don't know and so Ede Kennedy Obi Ampon so say good morning fancy I hope everything is about cash out okay fancy you are too much okay you was we are watching you large I know they about fancy too large I know DNA or they about Insia Emmanuel say good morning fancy I'm watching you live from Amstead Campus more fire I know try they at Kessin Nana Kwaku Kingsley was say Kingsley watching you live from La Paz Accra I want to make sure my free Douglas Costa say keep it up the good work and also a day at appear Anthony is my name I'm watching you live from Manso Agroesum Barca always the best and what day Abba into fancy more update or live on Facebook Ghana for no a day Abba
now say Real Madrid for say ma Barca for them fa Pau Kubasi and Toto Raul Asensio kra
maybe
I'm say Kubansi na wa bot Champions League get man of the match Real Madrid for the semester Raul Asensio na wo so oye the next Sergio Ramos in making
okay
ana me buso obi say me ma Raul Asensio
okay
na me ma Pau Kubasi say omumienu to baako na ton baako a wo coach abefa hwan
me fa Pau Kubasi
obefa Pau Kubasi no Raul Asensio kwan meza na ho ye de
nyame adom
Pau Kubasi Raul Asensio o fa hwan agya hwan
Pau Kubasi
enye dede bi enye tintim metre me ka sa twere ese
me se Pau Kubasi
sa na se wa hye Raul Asensio agu
me se Pau Kubasi
wo
na bosse baba no pe obeka na se wo kire wana
dabi are waba
na no hu ni 11 na wo koye no bosse base oh ma men try her
odo wetere hot so
baako alam saman 8 baako
bosse baba mo so we champion ha no ne ma into obi mense
me ka che bosse base mo tia na mo
ejuma ma bosse baba so ja obi ko ya mo wani nka e se me ba na me mai wo foma na se bosse yen ko so yen ko boy
ewra wo ya na from
Afro Boshana na kwaji
Pau Kubasi
Yes.
And I'll be fan. Most among for the message is about Rosa Junior say, I will pick a Kubasi Afe. When so say, my name is Poof. I want to miss sports or the way Francis Ayakujo. And a day some message and also by when so say Raul Asensio any day a friend Eddie Kobe. Eddie Kobe so no. Kwame Mauli Benjamin on Facebook says, good morning, watching the show live from Manso Datano. When so say better Michael Sporty. Your poncho messy bright. I didn't buy that about my say Kubansi every day. The message and some I don't know. When so say good morning, Francis Di Maria. Watching the show live from Italy, Naples. I don't know. So our day the message about Crowe Dina Oba. Our man for you say be our can be. I said you can. I have breast. Our France. Oh, can Naples? Also can they? Can I make for it? Debbie was it? Baby, I'm not pulling for now. That was it there. What you got, Manti? Was all with you? Oh, yeah, I'm young. No, to me and I mean your foreign dear fancy. General foreign. From Bokuni in Namin Quay. So I can breast. I'm saying, baby, I'm not politino. I have frozen. Oh, Naples. Huh? Then I can go for it. Mother, I am not post. Oh, yeah, that's some young day. Quite also, I walk control projectors. Oh, okay. So for yes, I'm got money in your mom. I'll put up your money. Oh, money, to be a to I'm on boy instrument. Now, I to collection and offering to a mono friend. Shut up, what do you go for?
Yes, so you're Chelsea fan. I don't think so. Wouldn't be baby, but he's made some good senses in there per the statement. Okay, you know, I grew up watching Chelsea winning games and competitions, but this Chelsea is not the same as that one. Not just a lot of reverence be on Chelsea squad. No, in the next 5 or 10 years, this club can compete, no doubt. I had what Chua Junior CBB so say. So we share say trophy B and now crew B bus is the idea. It's so handbrake in shame. There are clubs that have been together for 3, 4, 5 years, but they still struggle. I know about Madrid, Barcelona, and more Kutiana. I'm saying, why should Chelsea, after 6 months, be winning the Premier League, finish the top 4, or win 4 competitions? Why? Why not do the source? So now, maybe me no can. Why the source? So now, me no can. Yeah, first of all, you share how and communities here. So, oh, Kasasa Aston Villa, oh, Kasasa Ajax, oh, Kasasa Borussia Dortmund. You agree as a fan, say. Club no ababe drew a level the elite clubs in Unya, Dortmund, Ajax, Benfica, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, Unya mo hodmo. We a club fan bia na woji tum say me Ajax am to edie. Matias kakra enye the 90s ni nie. Ana metiti etimi ton bi called the Serie A. Etimi a fight to cover the Champions League final. Enye the Benfica of the 50s, 40s, 60s no be dominating ni nie. So what is Chelsea?
No, what a message is that also added by a baking kind. And I know Pels our shows at Yamana. Unim sir, Wabra Yam Cramon and Manchester Pino and some Nabas. I know I have Friday night, I have football, some Manchester, and some other Abia Craman, Namano Casino. Your games, our big games in Inano. I know some other Costa Enra. Who call a Germany a Leipzig can't away. One some other Ausberg, a boy. One game about I have 0-0 Bianua. One of some other boy, I told you connect him and watch his Ronya Ayasida Enra, Wabel Cabasala Liga Santander, Womusum game at Barcelona, my man Fantuam says Ronya Ewofie, Womusum Malazu 2 Enra, I don't have Fanasa, Cranstantus Uchi, one of our first go Adama Saida, Yafanasa Yatafe Ewa way, Emma Jeronya Cotano, Yafana Yanga Herrera, and also Maristo, Aya Parito, Sonoma Jeronya Timono, Womusum Kaba second of Anna Playana, Yafanasa Boya Mara, and some Naraba Kusas Emma Enra, Yatafe Equa. away no wɔn nso akɔhyɛ mmienu ɛma aboboku a yɛfa no sɛ Joronya fo no wɔn nso ate ɛka no mu baako na Italy nso anu a ɛmsɛm awurani mu a wɔkɔ anta no nyinaa no yɛma mo nyinaa makye because onim sɛ ɛyɛ Bologna ɛna ɛbɔ wɔn ne Torino nti ɛbia na kyɛ sɛ goals no ɛnsu na nso anu adeɛ ɛmsɛm ɔmo si fam ɛma kyɛ sɛ no Bologna aboboku no wɔn ahyɛ 3-2 ɛnso mmari tia Torino ɛnu game no wɔn abrante fa no sɛ Dan Indoye wɔn aba first goal ɛma Bologna ɛna wɔkye Nikola Vlasic wɔn nso restore parity ɛnso mmari Torino team no wɔn ɛkɔbaayɛ ɛna Elif Elmas about second goal ɛnso mmari Saida yɛfa no sɛ Torino abrante no yɛfa no sɛ Dan Indoye once again ɛnso mmari restore parity ɛnso mmari Bologna team no ɛnum ɛyɛ from the spot na kyɛ sɛ no a ɛyɛ penalty na kɔba sɛ wɔn nso mmari second goal no ɛna afɛ Cristiano Biraghi ɛnso on goal ɛnam so ɛma abobo kɔ ɛfa no sɛ Bologna fo no ɛnso ɛdi nkunim ɛno a ɛnso ɛwɔ fie ɛnam yes I game and also about so now and team and fancy breast and among about game of fear woman about 2-2 now you say breast and some my side one our Champions League about the attention you know and some our Champions League and one who game about our brown and some about 2-2 no what say Gaitan Parent one about first quarter or say and some our way ABM and some my player you fancy Abdullah Ndiaye one to atekano and some my breast I will fear and sooner later you benya Gaitan Parent corner beam and some the second goal of the night and I'm not assuming you Adama Saita you fancy Jose and I play fancy Ludovic Ajoki and also atekano and some my breast and to game and a Barcelona and also my 2-2 and I just and also no Roma and I'm update about on something yet am I for an pay and some our shadows at the same time I just and I'm not Friday no not just a team your fathers are Brighton and some of fear our American Express our community our stadium and one some Chelsea Academy and am I just a Chelsea team no one some to me and not just in the space of Bersabia less than 1 week not just a Brighton I side one some Chelsea twice at the Atwaso one you free our FA Cup and almost as a Chelsea and some our Premier League so every hour fear and I will monitor in Jumadia and I Wontumi Sports way and some weekend edition dear now just a highlight to me shadow and some our team knows Adamana Masa and our ball at Chelsea for boy one more pass to quantify no more pass ever been now co ebia 6 no said ya betchere just bibia no man and no some just a Chelsea a team one more some never to me I shall go wabra manager no better kasa Gentia Nicholas Jackson amo a game be our FA Cup anymore woma owiase nyina unsampa niko ayobia so onhye goals no kran na chesen faso won so ensom ngare matim no ehwa na no se yawie ya ba abobo ya masa na adeba ko ne sanura chese anim wo enkleke chese inkunkuya ye huhwe eno akopa manso emsem na no ya de na bia a chese bibia no no ensom aya djuma eno akodan na ye fa no sa kauru mi toma masa ne goalkeeper no aya assist eno wonim se no omo first goal no aye goalkeeper your father's a bet Vatrugen one and a summer ball now control now Katana your father's a Kaurumi Toma how couldn't popo now no one has a Sakadawe wouldn't say I'll not for your son Cassicabia Brighton Betchabia Omunemi Nam Omoma Talk and Fan Quanum M said Duno and Yama so I quoting Bob Bona Shana touch and a crow Fasua were ye or reference Chaloba and some the Frimu not just so control by a Chaloba swing now we are from goalkeeper your father said Philip Jorgensen what's being a Hoshe I want a Chelsea and some that considered first goal yet him so Chelsea better am I just Enzo shall go be reference and a bonum that you're pushing any idea now could I never say Jankuba Minte one about second goal and also Kukuraya Kwanu dinner and a boy and some of them a BMA Jankuba Minte on Wakoya and also Nasasha Tosumi I know I had the third goal and some Madama Brighton Ama Jasanra one shall Chelsea Academy and sir I had yes Chelsea Timono one some 90 million Ama Jasano and some not in some P and Alba now Second and another pain and say what say no you may cause the last 9 matches at Chelsea ball and some now Chesenia you can say Premier League say who essence who bought 9 matches who win 2 who draw Ayami and Sana who lose Makuma Kufa na Chelsea Motumpano who here say Obiba catch us at Deno a banner perform na Chelsea 9 matches I out of possible I get 27 points and they one some our near can say best at 9 points I will Chelsea and you man quiet from a team no now Jamaican son of Shadrach Mama said your stars and some Masuko and Ra what was a ball possession in the air one more because my catchers are pass Cascala and Fashema would you come and come not the Benny Fanado come and Kuma and Fasobi and so Emma Chesanuano 70% and I have ball possession and a coach now you found some Maras Canabom Yerim and Chelsea woman to me I'm even a single shot on target Sebia Popo now I said be a born a compost anymore. You bet different Sabia no. I a shot on target and Enra. Woman you be a super the last time Chelsea a ball game. Woman I shot on target. And I September 2021 I game among the Sky Blues of Man City and some not about that game no and I just I had the last time one ball game among to me I shot on target after 4 years almost after Chelsea akwa train one some record back appear and one branch of answer none man do okay that about back no and one some pull the hamstring come at just want to me and to game so one at the Jenny Central by one also another that about boy I show me an Sancho the couple Manchester for Sabato Madio. Yempo Loma Joma the uncle, and woman in our batches and Koyakra. Now, many Jaffaros and some Maroska, many Janison, a hamstring, Ghana Cotano, and some Aquaquina, and to Chelsea, one injury walls, Abatuaso, and Magu, Wapra, Nicholas Jackson, Opera, Noni Madueke, and some Opera, and Yadia Sababa say, I know, and some Maya confirmation, and many channel, and some Adenijan, and so Ajaba, and our Bromu game, Yase, Monkoba, Monsam, and from our word team, and to Rabbi and a crowd Chelsea supporters na woman some na call away yes be and train am man we game time match no gusua across what then aya 3-0 na Chelsea man shasia woman na pie and so they free aya stadium and some na dia kofie na Jamensa can say supporters na say one more team in the back now almost start a campaign one more campaign on my so runner your fans are Paul Westonley and they woman the Baba Shah Sporting no one yard there Omunya Kraman and call Ebium I Lauren Stewart what also Nakao what was Omunja Kraman and Comatas Shack and after when so I Enzo Maresca one was a manager in Yadie one was some Omunja Kraman and Okan in Antipoma Chelsea supporters and say story now you have never to just say any Yakla Ora your fans so Roman Abramovich Serbia Adena woman tono so sanction so wonom ana share today and what this room Manchester Russia amino woman to ammunitions and invade Ukraine amane dia you say ya clan is a charge no kwacha say we free Serbia team no among informal dem from mo as I said you say kan nyina say woman say clan capital Todd Boyley and Bedat Egbali omo no woman from team and to na ebia Roman omo kan na kan bi owai and some Nigerian team ama san komoni nyina no woman some shall AD now coach na fan say aye Fabian Hansela one on coach aye Brighton Enra Mekaya Pasan omusa coach na say and wash you opposite number from na our sembika and some other fan coach na your fan say Enzo Maresca one or fan say Fabian Hansela was saying I respect and at the Chelsea manager no na Chelsea manager Ebo Juma pa we a great manager hey area say what to be no mago be azama now you have from a go down we bet 2-1 our FA Cup anymore o said manager him de oya Juma yo ya na Enzo Maresca na fanama me when him say Enro mama dikama me omu game after the game manager say feel sorry at the Manchester supporters nyina e kan wa wutia no pamnim say em say e dey cry out there and na cry no wuntimi na chasa machi me take ne mani ate ɛdeɛ na ɛkɔ so akyɛ sɛ adeɛ bɛsi nkyɛnse dan so ne w'ani ate woda kora nyɛ yie wodware kora akyɛ sɛ horoma akyɛ sɛ yɛbrɛ na mohu yɛ mɔbɔ wa sɛdeɛ moyɛ na mobɛgye ɛna moyɛ contenders ɛna moyɛ contenders saa deɛ ababɛduru baabi yɛyɛ dui ɛna yɛsui ɔwɔ sɛ mo console yɛi saa na wɔsɛ kɔ na ayɛ fɛfɛɛfɛ kama na manager no after the game wɔ se ɔno wɔgyere yie pa sɛ nneɔma nkɔ yie na ɔse ɔmo wɔ 14 matches aka saa 14 games no ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo yɛ nneɔma yie after the game yɛntie coach no a yɛfrɛ no Enzo Maresca.
And the performance has not really disappoint, especially in the moment that we are, 14 games to go before tonight game, fourth on the league, winning tonight, you can go 1 point from the third, you can make the gap bigger with the rest, and the performance has not been good, so we are very, very upset, very sorry, especially for the fans that they were here, but in general, because this is not the performance that we need to offer in this moment of the season.
Yes, I know. I am some manager fans, Enzo Maresca, and I'll tell you, your dinner excepts Emma, your chief for an annual pay life on a weekend edition to media. I know some I want to miss sports. I say, manager say, come over, Quebec, me a D. I will break up 14 matches and say, and what time about Sakwana fans a cow root me toma. One of about first got my Brighton, now say, oh, Chelsea team now. I said, desire, I said, desire, and you will be and some other time, second goal. And some by now just amamu and so I dem party my Chelsea team now 14 matches I can say Chelsea I bet you I Jumaden I'm a direction I Chelsea maybe you come now just come results by ye I'm a just and some by any dear you bet me at the desire I won't come and say be at deno over so yes what we are tasobia dawakuma so be a so and so over so you be at just a pepe are the quack dino I was so much common ye said a 14 matches coming in. One of some bet me a bonnie manager. Your friend Enzo Maresca at Waso.
You have 14 games to go. No, I don't know. It's something that we need to think about. It's something that we need to talk. Because as I said, you have 14 games to go. Winning tonight, you can go 1 point from the third. You can make the gap bigger with the rest. I think that we approached the game quite well because I think until Mitoma goal we were in control. We were close many times to create chances. Then after the goal, I think we lost a little bit. Not the balance, but we lost something. So it's something that we need to review and think how we can improve that.
Manager fans Enzo Maresca so yeah and some not the Ebana wa Montana say Chelsea one matches some bonus and Kuya we won't say players no be more Enzo Maresca and what you call Pama manager Sada guys Akano yana frustration and so set in now say ama okay and last season ko Pama buy one abe na from the other team ama me no ka say this is your chance na Kuya panimum na sentem ye won say de ebia ko Pama diano and some Mexico na consider Ben and Chelsea and some other Premier League title as well now so and consider Ben and Chelsea ever compete our Champions League anymore and control the Ben and a team ever compete our FA Cup and a Carabao Mami reference Jamie Carragher and will say what would you about the problem now say Chelsea I want to say and your results no crana emano what say results no emasia na boys na omusu ma kan no wo ma hyase maybe so mo say anyabiano na me kra metena ye de eno ye be kabi ema wo te say opani ba ko say eno ye din sounders me de betutwa say was wo diri ba say sia na be kodia na chase manto omusu ma kan ensom na ma Chelsea wo ma start ya knock on the doors of manager no so opani nyame ya de na bia ye wie sisi ya jame kwana me nko me be say me ko boy nkunku din e be ka te say that players bi mo ensom na say bia pama mo nyina nei wonum say no na drum wie game no ana Jamie Carragher wono so say ye ma tutwa say ko pama no one count 2 years and 3 years no answer no about the title we your coach can some so in the next 5 years and 10 years ya beje Premier League na bedo ne kitapoma afeni ya baba stadium dia se na okay enti James on your gidi ba se players ni bi wo honoma wo muntimi ntwan ama sa 2-3 years and 5 years ne aye Champions League football no dachi bi no mo aba be test bi dabi sa for nyina so betimi akọ yenche Jamie Carragher
in this project. What you've got to remember is the best players in this project are waiting for the goalkeeper, they're waiting for the centre forward, they're waiting for the centre backs. And I'm talking really about Cole Palmer and maybe the central midfield players who you actually look at and think, they're as good as some of the players in the Premier League who are playing for top clubs. But this idea that this project's going to take 2 or 3 years, the problem with that is the best players who are in the team now, they won't wait. They're not waiting for that. Cole Palmer was one of the best players in the Premier League. He wasn't at his best today, but you could start to feel, and I could see it on commentary. I think we just saw it there when he was on the bench talking to some of the staff. A frustration starting to build. He's good enough to be competing for the biggest honours in the Premier League and the Champions League. He scored in a European
Championship. Jamie Carragher na otesa ya denisem no ema ye chefo enano penso e wo show no so afei mame mfanto wonim se o kai se de betudwa se manager na ye fan Anaslo Shark mame Liverpool wo mu coach and an assistant ye fan se Sabka Haushoff mekanasem enso matcho eno asese o mu yero nyina no enso anya red card eno anwumre and ye tesa the English FA o mu say wo mu at the charges at the abo coach na ye fan Anaslo abiem aye Sabka Haushoff no and the assistant coach and some other team no na yeso ma mo from eno na charge ne buy eba be see nyame yadma next midweek ano aye Wednesday di enemy our side manager Simeon Ebana wo mo so respond to aye charges na the English FA some ade abo no na se koba se bi o mo ba no manya sem dedebi an country Premier League campaign for no dia wo mo so sanctions no and some na betimi adoso eno aye update eba won sem nyina no ye de ema ye te for enano pay and some our show so now when say Liverpool team no woman da so proposal say medical ya betu just strike na ye fan say Alexander Isak omo say woman ton Darwin Nunez omo dis can be so woman abakwa kwafa boy na adenaba update am de ba enwa say boy no so manya Liverpool na wono ababo say initially kra no medical ya betu just somewhere last season say we be so on jogging club and some ayadjuma na latest am say betu just bossa and so up na Jeminya na no Arsenal wabro so anamacho muso hwehwea wo so pa kwatana ye fere say Isak amana bano report amenya na no pen say ya Jesus say dem say Liverpool fan ni aprepa unim din bibi yesem Arsenal akatra eye bobo kwa fan say Newcastle fan say wo nya akwara no omope na e so mo ton e bia player ba ko a wono so emu odu na chese bia Arsenal team no also mo sell e bia highly valuable eye star ba ko Sakabia Martin Odegaard bi na wohu no just kabia je ebia Thomas Partey bi nanka osai 1 year bi kana kabia wotwa anase bia Declan Rice bi Gabriel Martinelli bi nanka bia wotona wanya scam dia founder boy no wo so transfer ent Arsenal fan kwakodi Robin Peter to pay Paul ehun komana yes Liverpool for semasa ya ba ni abo ya ba ogan ho gina yo na Liverpool fan catcher Newcastle fan say woman omo sika wom ebetimi ade atua ama Jeminya na no person the player in question na ye for Alexander Isak no metesi ase boy no aye call catch Arsenal empen for say answer now aye gusu aye kasai so man kiko mo ho dia and Liverpool and LED aye race no wono so mum yoro do betimi akama ntia say ye twuma bia no wono ada sign adjaman we no aye boy no and catch Arsenal for no say Liverpool and for now almost some LED race na and aye on one kasa no transfer essence Liverpool for no sika na ebi wo ho womo aye ready say womo some na betwa Arsenal Gabriel Jesus and Kabian kobetimi aton no wono some na akwa pray e ba sadia na tese transfer market no entimi emmanuel man kwasede e wasa no some asiko answer anyone adjom na yɛte sɛ ɔnsɛ Paris Saint-Germain okay a wɔn akɔda bi pie bɛsɛ 2 seasons ago wɔkae ɔmo midfielder na ɛfa no sɛ Warren Zaha-Emery akɔda no wɔpagya Americana Champions League no ɔfɔm paa ana ɔno nso akɔ prai wɔpra kɔbae no ɔnyɛ same ebiem ɛdi ka ba sɛ Liverpool fɔ no ɛbɛ so ɔmo fa ɛma bɛyɛ saa agorɔ asɛ no kura bi ne adeɛ ne mmom deɛ menya no sɛ yɛmpa boy no ɛm sɛ under coach na ɛfa no sɛ Enrique Kwaraskili amo kora timi kɔbɛtena hɔ Zaha-Emery enti deɛ bi nya no sɛ boy no ɛnso anya Liverpool no ɔno nso bɛba Liverpool fɔ no wɔn nso ani abere akwadaa no so ana yɛsɛ amanfo bi linke Ibrahima Konate sɛ yɛsɛ Paris Saint-Germain ɛnso ani abere am yɛsɛ boy no kora no wɔn nso sɛ saa na ɛkyɛ deɛ a wɔnya ɛyɛ bɔbɔ kora no sɛ PSG a wɔn nso abɛbɔ ne mom yɛsɛ ɔyɛ ɔmo a yɛ na homesick yɛka sɛ homesick a ansɛ bi a meyɛ Ghana ni nebi a watu kwan wobo ball sɛ bia Tunisia nom ebi abɔ ball sɛ bia Belgium nom ane Switzerland nom ebi America sɛ ɔwɔ Premier League no mu ya na da bia wafifie ɛyɛ ɔsɛ kokrom na kɔbɔ ball yɛsɛ Ibrahima Konate no wɔn sɛ wɔn classify ne sɛ wɔn nso belong to that category ɛwɔ abra asom na German second so ɔman nsom yi a wɔn abɔ no nso bɛtumi ajoin ne ɛyɛ bɔbɔ kwan no sɛ PSG a ɛno ɛyɛ update ɛba Arsenal yɛrem sɛ Kai Havertz pra anti Shaq ya kodana enra wono nso ane Arsenal emperifo no wodru aye soba royalty womo training complex ba bia Arsenal womo nso aye training na we 22 year old aye striker ye fan Nathan Butler oye digi na chesa Nigeria force for the bi chesa kodano enso ane bobo kwa fan sa the Gunners enso aye training enra na manager fan sa Mikel Arteta womo bisa coach no so pani na ofu se aye de na ma boys prepare because I am come from a last season at the banning no not manager fantasy club woman I can want some not just a Pep Guardiola woman some discuss it who Mikel Arteta munino no do come as an interest in also and I said I was schedule and so as a match as Sabo Soroto and Mikel Arteta say so far as our ball our Premier League mu quarter day enya ho toda o 93 enya ho toda because abebiano contact juma entori odiri basa dana risk na bia no we are there planety and some baba yintie said your manager your father Mikel Arteta and some no atuja
I think it's going to be very difficult. Well, the risk is always there because we play a sport that is very demanding. It's a lot of contact, and on top of that, we are demanding them more and more and more. And some teams are going to have a competition as well with the Club World Cup as well in the summer. You know, so we know the direction that is going. So certainly sustainable in the manner that is today. You want to maintain the quality. I think it's going to be very difficult. Well, the risk is always there because we play a sport that is very demanding. It's a lot of contact, and on top of that, we are demanding them more and more and more. And some other pay our shoulders were free. My man Fanto, what I'm saying, call the camp of the Sky Blues of Man City manager. I found a Pep Guardiola. Now, City come on, Castle Udia. At the St. Chelsea, the Nebia, Debia, so net do net Man City to me, Krana Fay. One more chill for more boat, now, Baba discussion. I fay. I'm on for discussions and a pop and on the was saying just William Man City we be a city for years for Besabia by 4 years and I say 5 years and no Kaihusa I just 3 months old I abosumi and some and a Man City at Tomobuasia womu chawa tomu digu na city for no buy 9 years in Abrabiano woman dominate Premier League must say na 3 in a row woman abayebi woman 4 in a row more chance and when I don't also so a Bema and also a team our John and also I will also say Premier League no we bet me at Jerry at some Prema come and 9 one more train one more some on side the only teamer 100 points at Premier League at yes woman also now we are Liverpool a come out draw our Merseyside derby made about 2 just a trust Liverpool project here woman to me 100 points at that not just a store Man City because some kita one
so a record coach and say when was we bet 100 points at said ye one Man City I know what time munyi impie but mo discuss ya dene te say ya say City a hwe sa ba 5 years ni e bia chesem kwani ade do be so kan nyina say Champions League wo ma bi e diam biam enti aye normal enti be so chesem Man City enso abetimi adehine already say ko say wi ase be say dabi do mo from ni nyina no aye normal cry yinche coach na fan say Pep.
The records in England, no, because when you break, nobody have done 4 in a row, 4 premiers in a row. It's different. You break a record that you break your own record, and say what's next. No, when the Champions League already 4 in a row, have all the records, 100 points, right? So, and your analysis, what I said before, I said many times to the players and the club. So, when we analyze 8-9 years, we have done 3 months, really bad. 3 months in 9 years. So. It's not as bad, no? So when the people, Pep, what happened now? What happened? No. What have happened? That is the problem. What have happened? That is not normal. It's not normal now, but it's not normal in the past. For sure. Maybe we do 100 points now in the modern football. I'm waiting. Or 4 in a row. I'm waiting. With Bournemouth, with Fulham, with Wolves. We'll come back with make the level have did.
Manager na say wo bisa say anya bia na ball aye boy we say foreign say den wo bisa say Europe no team ben wo say wo betime nya 100 points e dey league na aye kasai e dey series na so abra sa league no wo teams bi mu aro say Bournemouth no Manchester Nottingham no ma wo mu man yo ma mu aye tawe enso adwuma wo bia ni ho enti ebusa say memusa say dey na asi busa say dey na edi kan si pen a chese no aye ni mo medi kan ya ma atwa mo ya na mo de ababesi ene ya de na akwa say more limited discussion ni nyina no ensom agency manager fan sa Pep no wono som ngari atu dwamapa Manchester United so no answer na shark yenko owura fan sa Daniel Levy ono enso aye chairman Edma Tottenham Hotspur na owura no na say Tottenham for the popa obonso omo ye protest obahu Levy out anom aye campaign NHS protest e bu won ma wo mo twere ade ku cardboard so edura bi omaye bi banner a shark project aye banner ni bi adama obosa Daniel Levina wonom aye chairman no supporters ne so mu hia biem na tese emsa den ayafo no obi a na report am say kan so wura no say yesem odi hu ya ene ya pa ama sanioma ekwaso nyina na eha no na mom yesem dia supporters ne so fu say wonom ana oye problem na say bia ojatim na ato dia dana aye right time ana say brenu dua ono so be step aside dama bia ni powerful bi enso aba be ya adwuma no wa bro jiri ba so on tetakra ade bi o so otimi ye ama boboku a ye fan sa Tottenham enso fan ntuma pa enso mfra no wono so abaye na menya se Ange Postecoglou medical ya beto onim se emperifo bi fu se manager we wo mom asoso no so ache e branso a wo so mu jane kwama ne ko na me se kan se so ma pencil coach na fan se Andoni Ariola ono ni din edi kan bai na me no ka se still na no ye so ko ayo ma so ya wonom anam said list no so no ni din edi kan da chi mo ka so mo pamoa na chese coach fan se Andoni Ariola wonom ababa ba ya adwuma no enso ade amaboboku a ye fan se Tottenham eno enso ay update aba man for so mo ponye so sansa no coach no na Premier Conference okasa pi na emsem komo no mu dinu nyina no Manchester ntimi nyoma dwese bia ene entwam season yi enko na bia next season aye 2026 the following season aye 2027 na the following season bia enso aye 2028 and na me no kasa no na aye 3 years asem an ye kan wonim say wa bra France na enje enioma ekoso ye ma bia staff bi aye redundant bi mo ekwa redundancy and sanioma no nyina no still results emma coach ba ye kasa tricky nioma ka cross dabi jame ba na me bo a chese 2-3 po eno a
ana chese coach na fa say Ruben Amorim ada so aye na amagye me say kan say mama supporters group no ye from the 1958 na 1958 protest group wo say ma betia na edanom aye 9th March sadan aye Manchester United wo ana Arsenal ana bebo obeso ye protester nya match so na wo dia ya mawiase nyina so hu Manchester for no ye protest mi koka aye camera ebe betwa game no wo keka nyina to form it comes that dia bia Arsenal game no kwa ho munya broadcast because enkrofo ya come hu e dia sem ana eba in 1958 omo protest group no wo say na me yard my game against Arsenal and aye 9th March omo ebe protest na wo kan nyina no say wo abu afu pa wo abu afu our bro say wo tiri pass any man for some time nie and perform adinom e diakro wo busa Ruben Amorim say etofu say every nkosi e bia 2028 na Manchester timi age Premier League title be ama money Liverpool dia no mo betwum e dia kwana coach no so say ane wo dey fu say by 2028 no wo so betimi age Premier League sense of one but be also mo do mo focus echo and say match no wo so be send you na bia win after win about moment we dey was a difficult position and Manchester da na mo said to be no wo mo ya dwuma dey say be 2028 and Manchester from anya 2026 anya 2027 anya 2028 your coach koka 5 years 10 years mama so go so mo coach say aya 3 years to come yenche Ruben Amorim.
We talk about that. We would our focus. I said since the day one, our focus is to win the Premier League, and we can change everything in a few years. I don't know how long it's going to take. In this moment, we are in a difficult situation. The way we play. The games that we don't win, we know that, but we need to work every day and to focus on the little steps, winning the next game, prepare very well the next summer, and then we will see. We talk about that. We would our focus. I said since the day one, our focus is to win the Premier League.
And I'll pay live on Wontumi 101.3 FM, live on Wontumi TV, our Facebook, and also, and I'll make us live on radio, no, as I 101.3 afe YouTube, NHS TV, no, so you know, there was some young quite afe, young fans, some more, and some and to us on a mini, I have first chance, no, now Leicester City, and I early kick off, way, and some at lunch time, about 12:30 hour near, your fans are Leicester for way, and you're when you're a baby called for chance, and Dana Braba, on the team, no. Ana chesem amo bo na aye 12:30 coach na wonom aye adwuma root vanish from nyina no amo so FSC Mikel Arteta referee no aye Samuel Barrott ono ana be di ene game e baso enso na Ken Power Stadium Aston Villa womo so na Ipswich abebo ye wo Fulham e Craven Cottage womo e bo ade ya Nottingham Forest afei ye wo Man City omo big game no aye against Newcastle adeba kono say mo Champions League return leg bo etinam so do squad diri nyina abebo Premier League na bia ankwe na bia asanya amasa na obi kopradia wankasam ujejeje aya Man City Newcastle omo game no ensom na eba so referee no ensom aya Andre Madele onom ana wiai wono so be kwakodi sa game eno nsom abekọ so ya wo Southampton abody ya tia Bournemouth ebiem ensom na ya West Ham ene boboku ya fan so Brentford nom ya sana afi Crystal Palace and Everton game no eno nsom na ya 5:30 ana Chelsea na aya match eno nsom abekọ so nyame ya duma mame mfanto onim sa ochina wobo kwa fan say Liverpool e wo fie no womom ani Wolves ana bebo na wodru Anfield that game and eba so referee no ensom na ya ref fan say Simon Hooper wonom ana be kwa kwadi sa game no ana fe Manchester kwa way womo call Tottenham ensom stadium na omo game eba so ochina o ref fan say Peter Banks aye center referee aye 4:30 nyame ya mo china Sunday ana sa match no eno som na be koso a ye day update ema ye for enano pay ensom na wo show no so na mame
mfantom say your cost pain na ma memfa stories no kra mansana ya de dia kan nyina jabesensa Real Madrid aba prepare womo abakwa ball omo Champions League game a awose no so abasu ntene womo wo Pamplona omo kwakotro na Osasuna enso mabody ya cha Real Madrid where your game a 3:15 and na Real Madrid omo game no and so abakoso referee aye fan say you say aye Munuara onom aye center referee wa bra game no boss our Stadio Al Sadar afei ma memfantom say wa bra ya gusom aka Real Madrid answer sem nyina no wonim sam omo bon area na tese nyame yarma Wednesday womo game enso our Champions League ni mo and so atimi abaso na eno no womo the player of the month award our Madrid tieniye mese Real Madrid omo player of the month award omo de makodana ye fan say Mbappe wonom aneno awi omo de tu twaso no enso aso award no na wonum say Mbappe ji award no wiye ana Mbappe say wobedam ayo bibia so mo to abadema no nyina no wonon so adam asesa player of the month for January mode award no so adama no say Madrid dey yeni agro enso awo ho na Mbappe say ye want to just odane teammate no so asesa say enyo no nko na ball mode no say teammate no wo ma mo an support am pass am wan she goal a enya dey say player of the month award no wo betimi age area si now so na abaso kan nyina no say go so a wo hye ene ne dwumadie ne nyina no wo mu nyina na ka mo collectively ana che so mo so aye sanema no na wa bra say wo mu dikan awala La Liga table no so ene what omo transfer return leg nyame ya doma Wednesday against Man City ebaba so nyina no wo so mo sa semi final our Kings Cup ni mo team omo nkoso anya dwumaden sada be anoma miensa wo de tudwa mediama ena no pere nyina no wo mo so betumi age enso ade so mo na so a eno update about Shadrach Mamiana, one probable lineup proposed to me and sir, manager Sanchez Lotti. Yes, one material about Pamplona on a bra, woman. Womu kasefua anasa team sakasena no mo puse che disada wakwa Arda Gulash mane Brahim Diaz ebia na buakam sa de yenya no se ya na bakotia say ana Real Madrid womu som line up ebesi akona chese goalkeeper no ada so aye table kotoa impost ebia mo gain ni a ye kan sa fitness ade akwa Man City womu som the game ni mo na chese Valverde ebe otu Shuameni ene chese Raul our 5 afei aye Fran Garcia and some our 3 Camavinga and Modric our pivota and aye Fulcrum afei Benkum so Bellingham Rodrigo on the right nani mono and some aye Mbappe ni akwadana ye fan Vinicius Junior Siano and Jamensa Kanasa Deno and some Nabesia kwa ye de ho update and dia kan nyina tema ye tie fan open some our show no so na ye say mama aye prime for na Man City game omo any Madrid boy no mete say prime video Amazon yes mpanfo say am somebody has set a record na ever since almost start to mujumedie no wo munya bibi ati say the Amazon Prime domo kan nyina no say aye well over 4 million enipa wo mo som stream ye ehwe match no bi efa aye Amazon Prime video no wo mo say aye nipa no a little over 4 million at City a Champions League game against Bobokua ye fan say no enso chese Real Madrid no na chese Amazon for no enso ya set a record and also aye kakre from aso deba na Jamense kan nyina no say manager fans Ancelotti also no wanya nkokochi Brazil team no na manager fans Ancelotti dache debia taka anai say amopamona Xabi Alonso ana bana fine kosi hi wo yo waya Jamense kan na no pen say manager no just say bia league no echia na bia Champions League omo campaign aye tantan na Jamense kan say sankoba sadia wo be we season we na nyame yarama na season manager ye fans Ancelotti and some aside team na kom wo kom we na say the contract on Boboku a ye fans Real Madrid and wono some atimi awie aye sa contract no fa na pa de wo munya ready say bi owura no wo mo some sake no ono so nya ready say wono some judgment no wa kwa eno aye kakra from aso ye ente eba wo kai akwatan na ye fan so Bron Zaragoza ono ye obi omoton no adene ma ba mu nchen ama chess wono enso aba back to ayade so na obolon ono ye na onimbo bo papa Michaela says what di aye basa ho agro bi ma ban for the America be fa akora ikoi na Bron Zaragoza wono ana jamensa kan so say Vinicius Junior aye reference at the man na chess nipa ohane so enso adisua mibie adisua de Vinicius no ana chess aye the standard enso ademano na wosua ma pifro na man was hey there's a also over satia kasa totonsa enso our pitch no so and was Mbappe enso count to Madrid Bron Zaragoza one I say aye Vinicius and ya Brantena ya fansa Mbappe omumie no ana chess no obi ono amonitor mo pa and some aye kakra ba akotana ya fansa Ansu Fati our bossa and na Jamansa kan say manager ne de coach na di ka be ka me ya te say boy no wanye training ye na wa mane ho mane so abon no onya bi mo ama me de batu dwala somewhere last week say amajompa no wo mo say as a peja wo training jeminya no penso ane say Ansu Fati ya say enioma ekoye ama cha say technical team no wo mo kra omani so pa na omtiri e ba say still akoda no wadasom our future our boboku a ye fa no say Barcelona boy no abenya opportunity enso abobo ade ama Barcelona sansa adwuma de oya bi pa wo ya dwuma den almost ekoye sia na bekodia na ne akoda no so abenya sa chance no enso abo wudru boss na yerim se Pedri ane Gavinom ane chese nkoda na aka no nyina estante yesi de hi omo ye pa na me no kasai awura fa no sai Deco wonom aye sporting director before ye aye nkoda me nu chese Lamine Yamal enso ane branch na ye fa no sai Rafinha afei Jules Kounde entare kese ura ene mpaboa kase wura onom ane yeso mum yensa no wom tiri e ba se project na basa for ye no wontimi nsan nipa yensa we ho enye emane nya yi na amo consider mum yensa say wom ye very instrumental and simple wom ye very important and some ma basa project no enti Lamine Yamal wom guso ye adwumaden awaso osan and what Rafinha awaso no some I stand ansana aye Jules Kounde and some adana dia no area so area ma basa onum so wura ye fa so Romario masa moso amose Ghana for no anya Romario mu nyina start YouTube what the kind name akoso pe Romario nie wo bia pescadi biadi na wache Ronaldo Nazario Luis de Lima na oni Ronaldo din komono anu wa Ronaldo say ha wano born wa ba obo player be say Grebson ono no player wana bobo anu wa sampa na mom de ono na bobo awa jitum sampa wano the best player wano Ronaldo Nazario anu na bobo wade bema Zinedine Zidane he wo say enen kwada amaba mo sore na we ya midfielder ana we nim bobo na fine kosi na masa wo Zidane Ronaldo says Zidane na odamu sronko were different just an class no I was so pa was it the technical abilities no na I unmatched and what it adebia nipa bia deno Zidane na just wa masane o mani nyina no enso ababe very simple just adebia Zidane ebia no na o mani very simple wa brane so Ronaldo Nazario and abo abaso dia na the just am Zidane no na onu bo no bopa just Ronaldo abuna baso na yese trying be el koso no yese anse Brazil for no womu yobia womu tu bataba Europe ebeba brana kakra bi no omoko na report amenya no say Ronaldo Nazario and was say wo hwe aye players o ma free Brazil abesia kama Barca ya omo kwa enye kwan paso ana omo fako wo so no kwa wa kan minu mienu nyina bi ato ye minu mienu no ayo no ani Romario no kada je womu mienu kwa na mo ba bo kakra bi na je say wo mo bag so and was say sa denom aya na ma supporters le besinde womu di ya e wo makomam would Ronaldo and Romario Tontea, Rivaldo, Ebakoi, Ronaldinho, Ebakoi, Neymar, and some Ebakoi. Was Yana a Hagen, Yana Druba, Biamanio Malquabi Sibas on one Casa Cradie, one on it, Jacoban say.
Wono will be a fantastic season. Sa season, no, wo bobo pa. Eshe goes. I don't catch a Barca for say or tena Barca for catch any pay. So Wontumi renew the contract. Emma no, and say Ebia we a Barca fan. Nam odi a show tirimu say, and you nom and a castle obekwa. I have club ni mom emperor fan a catch one say Wontumi extended the contract, you know, and some family to Munshan so. And yes, be or criticize will be, and yes, be or go be any maximum decision. As that time, Yana Brozo for Musia Kama Basa taking Yana unexpected and some Abia and popular and I just the finance deba Yana update Ama Yetefana and some our Germany Omomaches Autuano and some other to us now on himself make us be a train gamer and Abaso Dortmund El Quaro to Bohum now game of Bohum Elfie when some other Dortmund Taporinano or Fanasaham Osmes Kwakwisa gamer and also Nabakoso I want here Canasa Vinovia Aya Rasta Dion Ahona sa game no and also Nabaso and what you call Bay Arena Leverkusen one some other Bavarians of Bamuchi Bobokono and some other Bay Arena referee Fanasa Daniel Zibat and some other Kwakwadi Mami coach and Fanasa Shabi Alonso coach at Leverkusen Enra made events and company a pre-match Emma on Pano now Alonso so no mubisa no say Bobo Kevin said Bamu Trauma establish a 8 points gap and some our soro but as a still more money dance mama remaining calm as a she see obia Kabian Kabana and Komabumabu and a coach and see man to just say she knew on my how mo now last year by this time last season by this time not just a Leverkusen so much 7 points 8 points 9 points and then say 20 back on this one so no much you say what some that say it was what did you pass they are buying elbow and you're creating no so they be almost bet me the atwas watch and I say be a buy bet me a bottle woman bet me a gym diana say woman bet me we know matches and woman ya winner woman kate a points gap no and somebody about 5 and no I their manager fan say Shabi Alonso I run him say ebeba yent Leverkusen a coach no
what we lived last year it was quite unique. So we had an idea that we wanted to be sustainable in our success, and so far I think that we have gone through the top 8 in the Champions League. For us, I think it's a big achievement. We are again in the semi-finals of the Pokal, so that's a good position, a very good position where we wanted, and we have big expectations. And in the Bundesliga, for sure, I think that. At this moment, last year we had maybe, I don't know, 10 points or 7 or 8 points more. But that means that... 9 points more. Thank you. But we are in a good run. So that means for me that this sustainability that we wanted, that this constance that we wanted, we are getting there. And that means that it's not that... it took us some time to get back on track in the pace that we wanted, but many very important basics of Bowen and the I don't know how to say principles of our game, of our mentality.
Again, some manager fans Shabi Alonso and our tenant Casa or Dennis Summer to Granano Pay live on Wontumi weekend edition. I sport show so afei when him say mekano nano say Bamunchi for the bedru you know Amukobo Champions League ma de chen ya wada and omuba ya straight wo mu ko Sabana Stronsa ekoya recovery and me catch enu ase enu na no wo ma travel enso akọ mukokodru na chese buying and should have time and rest and prepare for the game. One busa Zabi Alonso and I say I ba mu china mo come as no say buying the share one no here des no dey prepare na we advantage be any of the hey that's any just say you be the anya we but so just anya de betu anya sunsan so bia and some ba mu chin for mo dempo no and some so our bro say what did he pass any no anya advantage and so my team no I fan say Leverkusen
ye de e na wonsam ema ye tefo ena anopai ensom na wo show no so weekend ensom na wo chese Italy your matches are games eba so no we benya Derby Italia ensom na wo sa match ni mo ye wo Lazio and Napoli and aye 5 o'clock and a game eba so wo call Lazio de Bianco Celestia wo mo na bo game no enso our bad David de Mansa ono aye referee our Stadio Olimpico ebiem aye AC Milan wo mo ne Helen Zoronya meka omo JC nei JC ne eba the first of a game once and some at the show Milan so Champions League ebo wo mo the 1-0 deficit and eba sa match ni mo and then omo ball fie referee no aye Francesco aye for now wono and eba sa game and no eba so San Siro aye Giuseppe Mieza I want us that game no and some eba cause we feel watching on Sunday wo mo games and eba to aso no wonum say bobo kwa fan say aye Dennis eba bo Empoli afi Parma eba Roma sana Derby Italia aye Juve Elfie woman about Inter Milan and no aye 7:45 or china nyame ya duma referee Marizio Mariani ono aye center referee that game no make I want some and was Turam Marcus aye individual training diamensa kan say eno anwumre yesem o say individual training and possession kwamenya free bi say yesem boy no ada so ti pain on the 9 mo na yesem Interfo jide sa akoda no awaso o china oye fit etimi boss game and no some ababa so say enye kwada match aye Derby Italia bobokua ye fan say Inter elbow Juventus kwan bia so awase boy no and some recover and some etimi ball AC Milan team no wo mo Champions League boy no nti manager nem pese wonom adanyoma bisi basabia because omo kwawe kokoluzui enti Milan aye nyoma ye nyame ya duma wo mo ne final enso baba return leg na ofie meche say na omo line up no change sababa esansa ebi asamo chuku ezenom ebe start Tijani Reinders and Ricardo Sotil wo mo baba bi ama chese Jimenez nom am so be try say wo me sharpen animo diama team no eno enso my update ba meche say Kyle Walker now you joining months aye bobo kwa Milan from Man City no team I'm say be a Kyle Walker stay and I say be overstay in London so I'm so turn outright there I 5 million euros and a Man City ebe demande na mom Interfon and I say AC Milan ebe person kebia city for no and some abema discount I know I said you almost see partner ya the update am ya tell for another pay and some abo show so shark yanko name as well ye what can say some weeks ago ebe to just name as back to Aye Santos no anan omre to just since year 2013 name a free Brazil Santos about Barcelona about starting European career no Santos omu training grounds am say omu nya ho hwe plenty okrada na nka mesebia renovations akoso etina e hampan for the pa ema name papa name senior and some other case sanity dia and ya waso mu renovation me no case as of annual na chese meetings akoso shake kom na onya video na ema obon said ya no and some other sia akwa annual no na chese Santos for no honum essence cinema catch on samasa and some fatabo boko since 2013 munya renovation bi asela mo gym esitia and adie no nyina no am say pro again enti yes omo ba be say renovation say be and some abemiti aye the standards achese no and some aye update ba name no one bounce and some report to me nyano sam Nebeka say Basa for some danase but to be uncanny so here no but report to me nyane say Neymar yesi obeso the Basa for sign a pre contract agreement but an question you say ayampa say Basa for so omu here no and I say be a ho dwe kakra bia Basa for be for body dranko because Marcus about 6 months Ama Santos area we be some onyo competitive league abo no dey prepare for nyame adama World Cup next year and also mother cause was US Canada and in Mexico na Basa diano yes president in France and one report and fu say Basa be a name of physical condition eye kama name one den just ultimate sana pomdeno woman de ba enkofa ho bia amadia woman fan name asanwa woman fan simple because nay woman be come new ye be say say name agina ha na name ye fit say bia na kra make say and now some ye kan name currently na so no awom na la me yaman so ho a when na wo ton a ye beto what you must say Neymar justice obeton more than the Lami Yama beton Neymar be mani panaba stadium more to project of mine no nyeso my stadium fentino mayo wamum abetu amoka eto mu gidi eba se Neymar physical condition eye kama na se Neymar beba na se be koye nkwane ne why not ase kwambi aso mo de akodan no enso aba o kai say now you omo big game our Saudi Arabia Al Nassr John Duran as of 2 goals of Bajuma pa womu twa eboboku ye fan sam Al Agli I cannot me some mutimu me no o kai cry sa strike ya na or Brentford di womu nyina some ebobo goals can say yes, Al Nassr management, Wamuma Ronaldo any plus no be $150,000 reals. And I'm saying, converted your dollars. Medical dollars, and I'm who say, so be I'm Sakabe $7 per. I just now I drew $40,000 and no a winning bonus at one South Denom Gentia John Duran America Bacoro Wabo game Bakupo and Washa Ugly 3-2 almost $40,000 Sikano I get $39,993 Ness $40,000 and Obianai and I'm saying I'm sure Bian Kebia has no Kotoka boy we now they say we actually young to be $40,000 now Ness I get 616,249 Ghana 6 billion 36 canon I don't a winning bonus our players from Patuma aye Nassr Obianya ebiom wamba call Persepolis and aye Iran Manchester Ronaldo and Kobe anya so be call couple among for the game quite sure Shadrack Mame Ugly na Africa not the ugly aye tima wamom aso mo ba see new stadium na almost stadium aso mo see stadium ni be hebie basa hey yakati yo anya bibi abe fine na Ugly for the stadium ni wom sem aye 4 billion Egyptian pounds anomba here na all the call dollars US dollars and kasa aye $80 million Charlie Ali dia ya Africa that team say can be 100 years and say am atomo womu stadium worth $80 million Shark me da say akwo ni maduma womu wi a dia Shark am on the video no say anomu stadium no enom ebesi aye na couple mo say omo day near can say 200 weeks and a besi now 200 weeks no open years I am film akoma ko within 4 years on besi awie na jama so mo kan nyina no say we no abeye project phase 1 Wombe stadium any hotel phase 2 university hospital auxiliary training pitches ebewom just no mo kan nyina no say project no wo say a project of the century now said the last 100 years in bra will be anyhow just the project abedru the Ugly and some number so mo ye ebe fani panoma akoma 42,000 just enom aye kakra ha $80 million Shark man be an affair to as well. And then Chelsea fans say, how have they known the club? How many generations and Abramovich are winning the match Chelsea? How many fans and a Drogba, Lampard, Mode Baye, my baby cat Chelsea? When say Chelsea dear, how you did another dear? You come market, remember the car you could be. Liverpool kwa Kobe, Barcelona kwa Kobe. Sign those fans from 2003 June. Abramovich babe fa adwuma yeah, Chelsea fans have been the club in the chino. How have they attuned themselves to the culture of the club? Omo transfer systems, omo playing identities. Yeah. Whatever has transpired over the course of time, Chelsea fans assemble company wo mutim. Assemble wo mutim ne say, Baby Madrid be gina top player. Baby Barcelona be gina top player. Baby Juventus, Liverpool, Manchester United be gina top player no. Chelsea for so betimi akwa top player. Haven't they done that? They've done that marvelously.
Oh yes, it's a fine Saturday morning. Good morning. Fine Saturday morning.
That's right.
Yaba.
Well, new now, baby, I find it.
Oh, yeah, baby, I coupa. Milimbi akumia koya. vibrator we share mo no pay how had you inside horse and ya good morning wa hasisi you know me new vibrator share mo
ba ha nyina dia akomia na yamfa so
hi ya
wo mama Mike enso akwaba Mike and sporty and dijuma Mike ko ya broni adwuma on Spain na no mo friend Spain no mo Champions League no wo ana so mo yet dry test ana am say enkrafo be say guy being one when I'm saying hey my class are board yes Mike na be find it
that's right when I was share Gucci socks the obey bini
Gucci socks no
there be socks shall come here what socks socks and then quite £15.
Wow.
Yeah, on your small. Now watch your crab on a crab. Minim say Cartier said, I come here then where got you. Okay, no problem. Oh, Tommy, that's all crab.
Agenda my how rough one
some no busa no see so sorry.
Okay.
A question like
that from can you cry? Whoa, I'm a shasing through
fancy interestingly this weekend there are a lot of good games are Basso, Bundesliga, Spanish La Liga, French Liga, Mobenya the English Premier League, then the Italian Serie A. But first of all, my main shots free the German Bundesliga. Now I think say and one big game any beat me Basso in the shape of Bayern 04 Leverkusen and a Bayern Munich the Bay Arena and the say how this game is going to end, looking at the point gap between these two teams. As at 10th February 2024, by the time I'm not buying 04 Leverkusen, Esha Bayern Munich by 3-0 no. Now omu be points gap nim by 5 points between these two sides. But fancy, yenim say a rivalry is always created by the kind a specific area of finding these two teams.
Yes.
For example, Inter Milan, AC Milan. The geographic location of these two teams betime provide a rivalry between these two sides. A betime so create even the derby into the Merseyside derby. Liverpool ni Everton were the same place. Then you were the competitive rivalry that is being created. Be about the can later on in the day between Inter Milan and Juventus derby de Italia. The competitive nature between these two teams and they created the rivalry between these two sides. Liverpool ni Manchester United, the competitive nature of these two teams, especially when it comes to the league. Manchester United, Ebesan Liverpool, who be 20. Liverpool, also 19. You bet me about the competitive nature of a rivalry between Real Madrid and Barcelona. Omumi no how competition omumi no ntam no but between these two sides I'm for do now misconception be say so far as we buy all for Leverkusen we buy Munich no omo the same area internet buy all for Leverkusen buy Munich the competitive nature between these two sides a bit me create the rivalry but entisa Bako related to a family name Bako related to the location buy Munich related to the location. Bayern 04 related to a family name. Where Germany and to say Borussia Dortmund, Borussia Mönchengladbach. Also Borussia Dortmund, Borussia Mönchengladbach. No, you can trade their name back to the late kingdom of the German states. Back then, on Omulian for Prussia and on Prussia. And then Mebenya town dominating the northern part of Germany. It in Borussia Dortmund, Borussia Mönchengladbach. It omumi no omushia omo the same location and I say the same state abetima come once but Bayern for Leverkusen, which is a pharmaceutical company, omo de bete club no in 1904. Now a part of the sporting club of TSB Bayern 04 Sporting Club. And then munu yenya Bayern 04 Leverkusen. Now normally no Bayern no more different spellings to it. You will BAIER Bayern. You will another different explanations are the more. But when I can associate to be another ring church bells or say Roma sorry that don't man mubo mu cran. A dia to the family name no and no take that particular pharmaceutical group and they yaba benyamu Bayern 04 Leverkusen. It to omumi anu ni nyina no omu ni the same state. 300 miles and a separated by Munich and by 04 Leverkusen. So there's nothing like a rivalry between the two of them because of omu location. But the rivalry between the two of them no boils down to how competitive are by 04 Leverkusen ababeno Samri. It's fancy the Maria. Where these two teams, so we catch us a tale of two cities. How can by 04 Leverkusen performance last season team drop it? Emma this season Bayern Munich lead by 8 points. It is a make or break game for Bayern 04 Leverkusen because almost every almost them. And a points ni betimi akọ 11 and a points ni betimi 8 na. Anna since say you introduce you the 3-point match day results in the Bundesliga say be obi share game at 3 points no. In 1995-1996 no team and lose the league with an 8 points gap.
So when you trim 8 points,
no team
said they're buying a trim 8 points.
No.
Said the last season Leverkusen so trim
no. Not a single team
lose title.
On lose title no. It and as a bound for Leverkusen what chance so omobe have a shot league title no so and also Wontumi by Menekine. But omo results no performance from last season the boy Kakra. Fancy. Last season said them say by this time no match by Munich by 3 goals to no be a gap to 5 points no. This time around about 8 and the difference between the two of them Nijina say last season bound for Leverkusen no almost share 28 games and draw 6 games. Meaning Oman lose even a single match when it comes to the Germany Bundesliga. Odi anono to nchanya no mo the second most scoring team in the Bundesliga. And Mirenfi say omo twin Stuttgart mu 17 points in the league. Omo twin Bayern Munich mu 18 points in the league. And omo DG league no. Total number of goals omo share they were behind Bayern Munich in terms of 89.
Okay.
By fancy, no omo average 18.2 shots every single 90 minutes with an XG of 2.2. But this season, omo is second behind Bayern Munich in terms of total goals scored. Because omo XG now, omo 40 XG when it comes to the total number of goals, omo 49. Meaning omo outperforming omo XG when it comes to goal scoring. But fancy, in terms of shot omo in a single game, let's what it.
Okay.
Last year, na a 18.2, this year a 15.7. Last year, na XG ni 2.2. This season, XG ni 1.9. Leverkusen. Obibeka sanka bembe ho ka differences ne nhyeda anye kese. But baby eti, ade na ma Leverkusen dem sonko last season no ma lose some identity, which is they defended so well and they prevented a lot of shots against them. Because last season no o check here, omo conceded 24 goals.
The whole season. League nko. Omo
conceded 24 goals. 15 less than a lot of teams in the Bundesliga. And check it, the number of shots are not more average against them are 8.6. XG is 0.89. It's a team our league area, our 34 matches are fancy. O check it, the average shot even in a single match 8.6 are XG 0.89. This season, already Oma considered 27 goals.
Wontumi 101.3.
27 goals no Oma considered no. Oma average 10.3 shots against. And an XG against Nisujina 1.1, meaning say this time around they are conceding more shots, they are conceding more goals in terms of the XG. And Nyoma Nkoyi and Fama Bao for Leverkusen in terms of their defensive capabilities. Fancy a ho and a problem Nijina. Bao for Leverkusen no so call from na Bayern Munich so pija. And no check here. Bayern Munich Ankasana adia ba komo ya de ho pa yo high turnovers. Last season how they made use of their high turnovers na e wo pa because yetimi bo season we na Bayern Munich unya over 313 high turnovers.
Wow.
Na utimi emu mako 4 pe and ending in a goal that means there is a problem.
There's a opponent na the ball na bomb so no.
Yes.
Omo J on a break.
Omo J so the record is on the screen. High turnovers 313, shot ending in a blue no 58. Go end in the compo 5. But what did to suit this season now? Bayern Munich improving in terms of their goal ending sequences when it comes to high turnovers. Yes. Bayern Munich are increasing it to 9.
Let's say a more pija.
Omo now omo the ball. It's this time around 211, 44 when it comes to even the shot ending. And a goal ending increase it to 9. Your more season no NBA. So Bayern Munich are improving in this particular aspect of even high turnovers. But there are some key players between these two sides. Bayern Munich be say phone service difficult. But one player na ko gina na so de ma Bayern for Leverkusen pa last season. You find say no mo 2. Florian Wirtz the no to there was Victor Boniface. I only share 14 goals the more in the league. This time around, Patrick Sheka already watched 14 goals in 18 games. The Amabayo for Leverkusen.
Last season, crash a sub, no, yeah.
As a sub, no, yeah. But baby, issue no pay or wing backs, no. Jeremy Frimpong and Alex Grimado. Last season, almost share a lot of goals, but this season, no. Any assist, no. Alex Grimado, the Swati. Jeremy Frimpong, the Swati. But any game no will be decided by the two number 10s. Florian Wirtz and Jamal Musiala record need to screen this in Shadi. Omumi and Noba deciding figures at the Amabayo for Leverkusen and Bayern Munich. Per every single 90 minutes this season, goals no 0.6 for Florian Wirtz, 0.7 for Musiala. For assist, 0.6 for Florian Wirtz, 0.2 for Musiala. Shot on target, 1.6 for Florian Wirtz, 1.9 for Jamal Musiala. 2.4 chances created every single 90 minutes for Florian Wirtz. Anna Musiala 2.3. Omu creative monsters.
Yeah.
Fancy omu creative monsters.
And then
the numbers are huge.
Company can say I will say German national team more managers from these two guys.
And on say Julian Nagelsmann obo with the double number 10. It will Florian Wirtz. No Jamal Musiala. Two young players who are creative monsters that could create chances for you any day, anytime. Share the number of touches in opposition box. Fancy, this is a game that will be decided by these two players, Jamal Musiala and Florian Wirtz. Now, may I do my name? Bayern Munich ever draw, and now we need game the Bundesliga is for Bayern Munich.
Yes, I became the first ever title.
The first ever title over. But I said, Bayern for Leverkusen we need game no. Now, may I do my name? I say pressure. So in terms of a pace to win the Bundesliga at the end of the season, both teams to score. Both teams to score. The first game no more boy and during September more no after Bayern for Leverkusen took the lead, Bayern Munich better can. But Bayern Munich dominated game. No more team share a lot of goals. Omo create chances be brave. But this time around, I think Bayern Munich will try and make sure somebody utilize. But away at Bay Arena. In the last 5 games between the two sides, Bayern Munich ain't me share Bayern for Leverkusen. Me chair open safer. My Bayern for Leverkusen 2 goals handicap.
Bayern to me show more than 2.
Omun to me show more than 2 goals no.
Whoa.
Debbie. Omun to me show more than 2 goals no. Especially we fear with the my one in the city no. By both teams to score in these particular two teams. Anytime goal scorer call for Patrick Schick. And that's what betima for Florian Wirtz. Anytime goal scorer, I'll betima for Harry Kane and I'll betima for Jamal Musiala. Both teams to score for these particular two teams. Game we say so ebetima room I over 1.5 and I'll betima on risky over 2.5 between these two sides in this particular encounter. It's here a make or break for these particular two teams. To the Italian Serie A, table ne ben pressure bem. The more table ne numbers ne ben na pressure bem no. You expect to say the quality of performances and results will increase within time. Shadia bi kakra efamame Fancy Di Maria. Osha Atlanta and Cagliari in this particular encounters now. Atlanta need him say be and come betimi aba G League now na betimi create and enough force to make sure at the end of the season no omenya be a place here betimi come compete for the title. But with recent results be omenya no and share na convincing in farmer me medi kaka say football will need to reward Atlanta for what they have done for Bergamo. O check it time COVID-19 ni baya kroba akwa COVID-19 ni affect omo pa Bergamo. Omo gudu na pa. But football brought joy to the city. Per what na Atlanta area with Alejandro Papu Gomez mo Duvan Zapata Elesechimo, the kind of results are no munya no. It brought a total joy. And let's not forget, say even after that, and the Champions League break no. And my Champions League ni experience Champions League ni enjoy. And we said there be project na ye ni players na de omaba no. E me say no. E wo na ye nananom ni ye nuanom ni ye sisters mo ni ade na hwere mo nkwa no. At least football etimi ama ye bo aye den. Ato ye am ye refi. But after that set ni free work or no creative for no. I expect I said this is a team on commitment putting up a tax in fighting for the Italian Serie A. Meaning say Papu Gomez muni Duvan Zapata mo no more top quality team. But one mo no kuna no more team in performance na so Ademola Lookman. Charles Di Catlare. Retegi. These guys consistency in the results no more dey more no. Edison Munyina no e was through and you expect some commitment be there.
Lookman crowd on no. Come here say this is him an attention near Atlanta.
Attention near Atlanta. Yeah. But already the spine on my building now. me debia me jitu me say a spine of a team no normally over one center back, one defensive midfielder, you attacking midfielder and the strikers are four no. How Musiti are consistent more resource so maybe play a vital role in how our obetimi so enya consistency in your resource. It will be has Calvini. A shall say no the prakaka no the conchain. But Edison consistent. Then there's Charles Di Catilari, then there's Retegi. Against Cagliari Wofi and Wadene Wasro. Atlanta to win either half.
Okay.
In this game. Atlanta to win either half.
Montreal trying to generate. Bet.
Oh, of course, they generate the amount. Atlanta to win either half. Anytime goes for Retegi.
Okay, to me, so I want generate. We are in this
particular game. For Retegi in this particular game. Cagliari, Omoya had been there, but I also saw Atlanta be for safe reasons. For Atlanta to win either half. Open riskier. For Atlanta double chance and over 1.5. Atlanta double chance and over 1.5. No akọ for Retegi. Me say Retegi anytime goes cry in this particular game against Cagliari. Then there's Lazio and Napoli. Lazio performance ni mo peja na sayira. E peja na sayira. But I think say omo ya ye team a omo ma players ananka baby omo wono omo ni hope. Nuno Tavares. Matteo Guendouzi.
I say Tavares cried so why your best player by
why your best player by now. And already the performance is not done consistently now. Me Lazio no more said that convincing farmer me back. Me Napoli last match on my boy and I expected them some combat many results be their call minimum and they are fighting for the title because you don't give Inter Milan chance in your quest to win the title. Me medica the akacho fianum say we Napoli ni Inter Milan minim team be obetima compete for the Scudetto no. Against these two teams. Omumi enu na be play dia kwakosi awie. But unya results bia emwa because away 1-1 na Napoli ko boy na omunya sa results no. I was expecting say komo hye sa game because na Inter Milan be Fiorentina the Monday. Ama Inter Milan so na on lose ntia Fiorentina on 2 consecutive occasions there be enyeye. Fiorentina di can share 3-0 with on standing game bia na e wo ho. So return leg ne be to aso no na Mike Kraka che say Inter Milan no mbeku Fiorentina for no so munimo a. And it was true. Lautaro Martinez and Marcus Thuram performances are more than India. You don't give Inter Milan chance when it comes to fighting for the Scudetto. And so Omobechre say Scudetto no afu still no money abrace Omobejia a game against Lazio na me adoma na enwumre. Okay. So Omantimi atoto mu no mo ya share Lazio then I think say they are gradually fading out of the conversation when it comes to who is going to win the Italian Serie A. Inter Milan was squad depth chen. Inter Milan was quality chen. Ama Inter Milan wo coach on na Scudetto no so wo coach awadi Scudetto there but when it comes to player for player Inter Milan wo ho ama mo sa wo bench come mesa compete it is a winner the opportunity say obebie league nim na so wan biem na wo tena se na nam ho na Inter Milan close gap na or players are say na ba kokora player obetimi a team nim 2 se Champions League we kura mo na wo musu mo league no oba beje it against Lazio. I expect Napoli to step up. Matis Antonio Conte person reverted back to the 3-5-2 no. Now say no call with the 4-3-3. 4-3-3 no benya David Neres, no benya Scott McTominay, no aba benya Romelu Lukaku. This time around no person enough in the 3-5-2 system. Say 3-5-2 now one mo as the two attackers. Ewo Inter Milan na Lautaro Martinez ni Romelu Lukaku. And uko the Italian language mo e be catch say prima punta secunda punta. First striker, second striker. Prima punta Romelu Lukaku or the Nebobaje bo obaje ada so bobo no dia to net. Secunda punta Lautaro Martinez ono be the creative force behind Romelu Lukaku. But hano uko with the 3-5-2 now. Why na yo prima punta? Yenim say Romelu Lukaku. But why na yo secunda punta? Who can keep the ball so well? Who can play link up play between the midfield against the attack to get you the result that you need? It's interesting to see who starts at the second striker if Antonio Conte decides to go with the 3-5-2 flat. I'm for Kekase Scott McTominay. Obetima is how role now Yedema Lautaro Martinez nana. In terms of goal scoring and arriving in good positions to score, Metima Kase Scott McTominay can do. But hold up play. Dribbling and finding yourself out of tight spaces, you know. Any kokrom no. Me heard the real number be city ide. Ebetimi akoba me heard the Antonio Conte be. Minim said the midfield ne there. We had there obenya Wanguisa no ho. We had there obenya Lobot kan no that particular position no. There wing backs ne there. Oliveira mu nyina be there. Ebe start e dey free on wing backs no e dey ama Napoli. This is a game Napoli over 0.5. And I say open safe pa open safe Napoli 2 goals. away handicap. But open risky. I'm a Napoli over 0.5 and a Napoli double chance in this particular game against Lazio. Anytime goal scorer, call for Scott McTominay and Romelu Lukaku. You can pick any one of them at the end of the day. Not what me at the Amomo. Omuniboria AC Milan above Verona. Say AC Milan and say game we see. I mean, say Sergio Consensa wona so be she. Because results no munya during the midweek. Debi ameka say me wa say history has a way of playing itself into any match be able wiase bia no. And see meka say AC Milan since 2008 almost share any Dutch team when it comes to UEFA Champions League. Yes. And you could not Feyenoord say AC Milan by 1-0. History repeated itself. Abra AC Milan could not beat Feyenoord. But against Verona, you expect AC Milan to step up with the kind of quality they have. They cannot be in discussion when it comes to Scudetto, but they can be in discussion when it comes to the top 4. And top 4 on pair, Scammer must spend in your man no more, they will need to be there. I'll be very surprised if AC Milan said drop 8 points against Verona. Tijani Randes, you see for Fana, Tammy Abraham, Santiago Jimenez.
But me no say I'm drop it. Fine, Milan beats me a boy winning, but say Milan drop a pointer. And because we feel somebody on energy babe call.
Oh yes,
Champions League game. No.
But Champions League return encounter no any league no. Say no Champions League no esim na odi bibia to nsenya na wo ntimi nye. Iti wo gba qualify ko ni ba ko ni ba wo ne je no ntimi nye na asa de akobo Champions League game. The top 4 now was so uram now fight for top 4 now at the akobo because the amount of money you must spend in the transfer market they will need money. AC Milan cannot afford to drop to the Europa League. They cannot afford. And the results will be very important. Anytime goal scorer, I'm looking for Santiago Jimenez. AC Milan to win, either half, safe, risky. AC Milan straight winning over 1.5. Anytime goal scorer, Santiago Jimenez in this particular setup. Then there's going to be the Derby d'Italia. Sure? And can match where a match on say it is a competition between 2 northern clubs. How I fast so the T Juventus and how I fast so the T Inter Milan, they 2 different things altogether. Inter Milan international foreign players because now Milan for Italian players. AC Milan and Semampa Ankasa na Mekano. But Inter Milan was created to bring in foreign players into the league or no betuko aba. No more team ni bi na man square. But you see anam say Shebre no crowd than because you say AC Milan ya than Inter na Inter ya than AC. AC ya dominated by foreign players, Inter ya dominated by Italian players. Almost a key for the main national team. Juventus no so almost gina ho the main Italian players na kasa no so no. Em say AC also mo mu twitwa de almost so ya foreign players. Colomwani, Yodes, McKennie, and then Roberto Veiga, Lord Kelly. But I think, sir, this game has a lot of stories for us. But I'm so happy for Lloyd Kelly. A player near him and a career number yet. I'm so no cause Prophet Bishop and Boss and Cabo Juventus Akobo Champions League come your show second you need that. But Lloyd Kelly, from being a cast out at Newcastle to a starter and a quality centre back for Juventus. Veiga bo more resource. Then there is Gatti. There is Locatelli in the middle of the park. There is Kefram Turam. There is Timothy Weah. Okay. Then quality attack. This Colomwani mo almost strike them out. But Inter Milan, what a team! Consistency, quality.
Now you know be go mo.
Huh? Guana be go mo. Big matches said don't say you go Inter Milan. Paladino de ono na so na who say no mo ye Chelsea hope in the conference league kofa mo isike mu na beto anto di beto o me ha mo adwi buta but ma menye Inter Milan na me fancy no mo meto aso. I think Inter Milan e the squad depth or more quality and more players with the X factor to decide some of these games. Lautaro, Marcus Thuram, there is Di Marco. Onana me believe say we are seeing na no open left wing back oni ball no pae ono a obi ani hope him Di Marco ball na obodo obi ani hope him quality and or stretch pack ni so well goes so do on ma obetimi the amount. But I think the unsung hero in this particular game is always going to be Nicolo Barella, who shows up in big games and consistently he gives you the results. I think said this is a game maybe both teams to score between Juventus and Inter Milan. But remember Inter Milan double chance in this particular game because almost squad depth, or more players that they can get you over the lines and your man and they have a coach on a Super Bowl. It's fancy. Anytime goal scorer for Inter Milan, me call for a Lautaro Martinez in this particular encounter between these two sides. Mamenchia at Saima. No, Twitter no so oyisu edinu maame oba on fa Manchester United ni agro mamenchiano enano po mutie show ne den mo mutie nyina na Saturday Wontumi
2028
Premier League Premier League ne de na say the Chelsea ni Manchester for akabo mo kuki Sancho fiti adu aba
mezame da seme ba Newton wana fe mama Mike enso abamna na Leo Facebook no so say top analyst ne diano no afi say stake high akomies also listo Jesus Pinal and this message in buy and Jan Samuel on Facebook can say I really love your analysis man and Obameza and so Abaso this one says hi good morning fancy please update on FC Barcelona Emmanuel Kepoku the message and Sunye or say hi good morning fancy please help me wish my lovely son upon Francis Boateng he's 8 years old today help me wish him a happy birthday may the good Lord bless him with good health and protection the message and so I don't know I'm really enjoying your program top class analysis by all standard God bless you all Otuo Kusman and a day the message and so bye or Heneba Mensa Brampa say you are doing a great job here fancy the message and new Mami Brown
yes sir Oshe Chelsea game been ra
I'm not sure now what crowd here go so
no channel
what do light ba me ko start me gen now some match we me say match
the coach ni kan ni the games in econo I feel say nam de be EPL games in animu kan first of all yen hwese game no Chelsea bad form at some point after say Maresca be fa adwuma no na ne modern ball akwa say seesaw kakra man for enya ho bebre man for started to ne makon so Pep Guardiola akra de adwuma no betimi ye de ma a club like Chelsea. Now Mikel Arteta another Pep Guardiola crowd there no or Arsenal. So all these questions, Maresca, Chelsea fans felt so you man a chance no start here Jumano. But say check Chelsea squad ni one player or good form and or board Chelsea pano. Eko Palmer or the individual brilliance I na team be a games more and as a big games or the break Chelsea for Chelsea managers and Chelsea players now one thing is beyond the individual there should be the existence of the system beyond the Messi or Yema Barcelona for a system has to work with or without him. So Maresca Chelsea now all crash is saying where is the system? What do you call Baby Remua? Now you need individual quality or what does it fit with other guys and want to be a functional other players need to be back on board talk about chances at Chelsea creative and Chelsea I'm all short back pomo. The other day I was telling you say shot on target shot about boy akoba na say akopo and po na ba inside obonebo po ne ko outside shot off target. Okay. A bopo never insider a shot on target. Bono oboto trina obijina po no ncha no block ya and a shot on target. Oja go frame num na block ya your friend a shot on target.
And then I am mobile be do jino pomu crown block it. Yam bomber goalkeeper crying is yibi
there be opening. Hey, this is your start and the team is opening. Now the yara who some say your fair possession
Ghana for call again Ghana must go no. Yeah. Maresca will go.
Maresca must go at task where they 7 euro. So must starting it also shots on target back out of 70% of the possession Chelsea enjoy, Chelsea and Pema shot back Uncle Pomo. So where is the system? Defense in the Chelsea, midfield in the Chelsea, or the attack. Attack in the attack is not flourishing to the level of Chelsea for Oshishe. They have their own standard, they have their status quo. So when Timmy and Rechines are not Chelsea for Busa questions, and it is why Chelsea will continue to struggle. Now let's look into the game. First goal, maybe one Mekan wasem, second goal Mekan wasem, and of course third goal no yaw. Mesa so akan wasem. Now all the goal no to the previous games Chelsea aba. Ya koye me say any power or the most experienced guy or Chelsea chiro no or the bia no chiro no. The other day okay Georgie started right from the first goal no na yenin komo. Chelsea kwa press.
So goalkeeper no
hobby. Chelsea kwa press. Pressing means without the ball no Maresca the coach has told the boys to say omunjire defender fixtures also because Brighton be born a shot paper and say no more aba. But according to Brighton coach, sister Chelsea buy so we should go direct. Into either we go through short passing sequences or you become a very long indirect passing. You have 3 attackers from Chelsea. I'm gonna say black. It's at the time Brighton goalkeeper decided to say and confirm me and by so me in addition to the 2 central defenders, I have 3-on-3. You started a home back to watch here and you call long. Who are the receivers? My Toma was Roby. Danny Welbeck was Roby. So more person when I'm saying to me and Carbona, it means a chrono. And someone said to me, Cabono. Now, this is the goalkeeper. On sending long ball on the court in a chill, be anyhow. Now, it means the team is empty. In the final turn, you want to put up pressure. Monsanto me and Cabono. Back in defense, Salon ball so bad. Monsanto so empty me and Cabono. Now, the attorney say, my two man at the ball on the two form. But, yeah, also goalkeeper and hobby. Now, just
Brighton goal in Obi.
Yes, or start here, goalkeeper before we make that long kick, This is it. Yeah, team here clear. Now at this point, 3 attackers had nothing to do. Goalkeeper they were releasing ball in the way. Now, yes, it's a very direct kick.
Now what's up? Bet
now Osha was central circle no more. Chaloba the Jira now he Chaloba between himself and them Itoma has about 5 meter distance between them. Now the time now born it from almost 80 meter distance and about area. So watch it clearly. Or release ball no. My Toma the first touch. Now my Toma is making us deficient in aerial duels.
Bono Rima, Wontumi Rim,
yes, sir.
To say they be Ivan Tony Nom, Harry Kane Nom, Drogba Nom de Mount.
Aerial deficiency,
So, of first a image now. What they share Chelsea players, no Mujina or Mudimina.
Uncle.
So, best
this is it.
1, 2, 3. Almost every player share Brighton for no.
It looks
like almost every Brighton player no. With the freedom of say obeje ball no. In a few seconds to pick out a pass.
Exactly.
No application. No bianya na so.
The pressure bianya. You have to commit 5 players.
At the rough.
You don't come Maresca ball.
At the rough. When the year.
I'm a rimbo.
Yeah. Maresca ball.
Assembly.
So yeah,
I know how many men I'm correct table. No, no, Musa and for us. You are so enjoy.
Yeah, but the first touch from my Toma, technical excellence. Okay, Zidane as me bebaho.
Okay.
I didn't Zidane or we are football. We had the first touch. Now, dear Lukaku, Brahu, we are saying the first touch. I didn't hear. Talent bakuna I can't want no. My Toma first touch was simplicity. I mean, watch this angle. Triangle no. My catch on it Chaloba, catch one foul ball was raw. Chaloba on Chimano. But the first touch to cushion the ball down was everything. And son on the second movement, a invert behind Chaloba blind side. The third sequence of this action, I offer goalkeeper on a low cut. So watch it. In the first touch in here, we Chaloba crack. Chaloba is the most experienced guy ever Chelsea. But how he was taken out of the sequence, it was as easy as that. And this is the second game in succession. And a Brighton decided Chelsea defense.
Less than a week.
My Toma is one of the most quality players in the Premiership. Our quality power. Now this is it. At the time where a body said we're dealing with the defender now we are at this point defender only if you the friend body balance you've lost the gravity. A form only grounds be our this is my Toma. Now this is another sequence. A man who say Chelsea team he for pan Gina. A shame crown say going forward and Yamabe. Let's watch the second goal. Second goal had about 7 players in the Chelsea box. 6-7 players in the Chelsea box yet conceded from that action. And Osha, this is the goal. On which I will go no huama. Count the black boy. Count how many Chelsea jerseys are who boxing.
So baby 8, 7.
And just suppose that against Brighton players or boxing 5. So Obia Bar but to Amama Yajuma or boxing. It's asking questions from the defensive structure. Coach Najuma Pani.
We are mostly players in the pitch and so bobo.
Nesha no, Yasha is a dummy, space and movement. Now she's telling the general Penny Maresca. So in a nutshell, yeah, Chelsea bebre. But my key question happens to be which department of Chelsea team no and Mount Cranche. Oh, build the team. I am building it. Ako be no si dying precopa. We are boss so flat. A gradual process in a way. Defense no man crash now call midfield. Or midfield now call attack. Sometimes when you attack and not or say or sort to certain cracks. Oh defense oh. Now Chelsea team no yaw. And here for partner sipo. Now here for na agina obetumi nyam crash say Chelsea team no very strong. Manchester City host to Newcastle. Now my mefa bet for the Nika. Two teams in
the say omombe so mo twebe ne twen opa.
Yes, both teams to score. It's a very, very difficult game. Remember Manchester City double chance.
City so sound one eye next midweek.
Yes.
Wednesday.
Madrid
Champions League.
Madrid. Now only any reason to bench key players against Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Oh yeah, this is the most difficult situation Pep Guardiola is here. At this point of the season, Cyberca Europe no kwenye ni year pa. Like a Champions League no so ya the first. Man City under Pep Guardiola sana culture na kwakoye. What the first on the table, Champions League or 1 foot ahead. But this time it hasn't been the case. Europe he's struggling, domestically he's struggling. Now against Newcastle, Kanino I can get a bit of predict to say, oh, Nunez will be Dokum bit Bobby. But that's not the case. He's going for his best players against Newcastle. And how is going to give him the 4-2-3-1 and Pep Guardiola back for 4-3-3.
Yes, so we forget the Champions League.
Don't forget it, but only any other option to go all out in both games. Only any option.
You can't be na bayo. Only the okọ ekotono. So any my men born Newcastle na men concentrate one league and it may be a better position because Champions League you come Madrid and
it's a dicey situation, a big problem. You can't power bro. We are say at this point, Pep Guardiola can.
As well be oh Sikawa Japan investment.
And then you can say money is not everything. No, you can't power bro. Are you playing? Or are you going all out against Newcastle table or so? Imagine he losing now also free. Maybe or Dano crowd your basis. Now the guarantees have been about or win. He found in the Champions League or in the Premiership. I am saying that he's going all out.
Okay.
Haaland is a game. Savino, you're fit and ready. You're ball. On your field, for no use no number 10 or wide. Umama Mush, I think Pep Guardiola is not a two-striker coach. Me who be that so boy Ibrahimovic kind of two strikers. Or Bohalan ni Julian Alvarez. So Bema Bako one row to be a second striker, but so about two top no. And Umama Mush is a center forward. He doesn't play like a second striker. And what is the auxiliary? Said the Daniel Momode Mauno. That's Roma Mush. He loves to lead the line. Or lead the line means or ball with Haaland two top. Two top dear coach, by alternating a system, to play two central, two out wide, to have more crosses in the box. And Kobane Sadia Baba one top. To have control and balance on the ball as well as having more energy. So movie in the transitions now. Umama Mush might also play from the wider zones. What is any profile say Henry? Why number 9, but to be from the wider zones, or the so Bamiyan, the other day in America. But I feel say Pep Guardiola beat me and a better scorer. I'm a double chance of one more. Win or draw.
So City in Lucy.
City in Lucy.
Newcastle.
Yes, but Newcastle so soon to be Kwankoshe City what he had. My next game, me call England Honmo. I mean say Brent Bama Matena England dia. All right. So my next game me call Spurs Manchester United. United me hwa komianum kakra. Yabu. Two coaches so.
Oh, but games we say the Manchester United fall out. Oh, big games.
Tottenham.
This is Spurs and
this season there.
Manchester United.
About morning Man City say.
Oh, but you are Makuma Mabubu. Yes, I away game. Old Trafford crack am mention.
Okay.
Angie, I know actually no. Na dia na ya Angie Postecoglou so ye. Or winning manager of the month twice or 3 times. First ever in the history of the Premiership. But in all that, and I'm for Bonabaso pass. Was it the man to do the job after Jose Antonio Conte and working? Was it the man to move Spurs into the first transition after Pochettino Aircono? But after all that, Angie Postecoglou as to how he recovers from this moment, a big task. Amorim has a lot to do. Our catcher is on the system from the 3 back, a 4-man midfield with 2 creative players. Wontumi Eshego Kaho are playing just behind a lone striker in a typical 3-4-2-1 formation. 2 no a Ganacho sometimes and a Diallo no more board the Holland. I feel Spurs will be on your game we say more a first half no United will not win the game in the second half. United control in the second half no will start in the first half, but I'll be going for double chance on Spurs. Make my Spurs hopeful not to pick all 3 points. Double chance for Spurs. We
United
no I'm not winning the game. Why should I back United to win against Spurs?
Destiny dog nominate other goalkeeper you can Vicario.
Everybody comes on board and I say United are not winning that game now. Spurs for the field. Spurs double chance. Arsenal Leicester City that 18th 17 points Romania from a possible 72 points. At the end of Leicester City you mentioned that other games in La Liga Arsenal be winning, but you can't Arsenal team will person will be no after Liverpool draw against Everton, Wolves Liverpool fear or Anfield Akwakoshia. Wolves can do anything. Yahudi Wolves there Man City are sorry on the form, so Wolves to me quite hard no pick points 2-1 win no sorry no easily. Wolves can go 1-1 draw 2-2 with Liverpool or Anfield. If that happens it will pave that way for Arsenal, but at the end of the Arsenal how you want to say every time a game I because of my winning game now we are now Arsenal Akwakoshia man to go Leicester City this season 3 points J over the league no Mikel Arteta nya mediocrity sembia and I will call Leicester City for fear and I can power and what no Jamie Vardy can never penetrate Saliba and then the partner never Jamie Vardy at this point now you know my Bobby the Cordova these guys no they no my old premiership I feel say Arsenal are winning that game now in the La Liga no Real Madrid or Osasuna is a big game Pamplona El Sadar
Ancelotti the boys
a big game anything now so say Pep Guardiola be bench will be now Ancelotti's position on the league is different from that of the Champions League and Ancelotti feels say Madrid there me miss Champions League me miss La Liga. This is Ancelotti. He knows Real Madrid. He knows their heritage. The value. La Liga there's so much.
Because say Barca and so close gap no.
Barca close we. Atletico Madrid so should be.
Yeah.
But me say all the 2 trophies ni see how the Ancelotti. Obefa Champions League La Liga no. And of course Champions League was said to never back credit see anymore. And I feel say a game one. Remember Madrid double chance. O make me quite disappointed.
I was okay to say Osasuna win.
So and you're touching on yeah. Adagula bebo. Adagula Hendrik Munyina betimi aba. But Osasuna be very difficult grounds. Madrid are very careful pa. Me double chance Madrid win or draw. Osasuna betimi tricky. My main free field no so na me sure but VRL for betting sake nti on Besha Valencia.
Okay.
Yes, goes over 2.5 and straight.
20 or so.
And straight.
Mike, what say when you say?
Yo, you chance to Fati Zidane komunum kakra menim sa komia na make be wo mo but Ansu Fati is situation here me yakakra. Back in 94 was the first time any patuntum AC akan dia ma Spain national team no 94 Gama da Silva Donato. This guy was the first ever black boy at Osi Akandiama La Roja. A free honor between about border place in the Marcos Senamo, Ababeshi Jessinibi. At some point, Robenia Bimon in a move, so prominent or squad number. Ansu Fati there, he became the new dawn, the leader of the new dawn. Spain national team ni good and sorry, no. Na sorry ni Babejina Ansu so. And Barcelona good and sorry, no. Babejina Ansu so. And for them to give Ansu Fati the number 10 jersey, no. Me catch the wall I see what Barcelona Kruma Winjindi
number 10 because Kruma Krano it was like Mufa Tenima Fati Messi Kwa no baby this was a player or player of the month. I won't say I'm a ball game. I award on a brewer.
Yeah.
I'm kind of picture. I'll leave message on the chip on the captain Samba.
Now, let us Messi.
There was Messi at Barcelona. Now, we have found one player of the month.
Yes.
Messi Shana present award on a man.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, and who maintaining was sorry. Now, very difficult.
Yeah, true.
Now, you did the load of the number 10 just in his mouth. Shadia. Let's just say lock. I friend a lock where we are singing and saw bump if I beyond of talent, you know. Ansu Fati giving the number 10 shirt from Messi direct. Yes, sir. Or come on 6 years between Tamu. Who is that boy? Spain for Gigi or so. El Negro.
10 of a number. Look, numerologist and Beccacho say in fan numbers in the agro.
Da.
See Antonio Valencia Becquaco Shaman 7. O Diamica Bero no 25. Eden Hazard call Madrid was measure 7. Madrid credit kind of 7 man. Almost strike a bim bar. Oh, call Roto.
Morata was share 7. So yeah, giving the 10 jersey to this guy was a landmark moment for Barcelona. But at some point, it also paved the way for the other guys. Baldimo Tuatuaso, Nico Williams, boss pay national team, no man from more fans. It was never the case. And I told you, sir,
women to see Barcelona.
Look, why would you give the 10 jersey to somebody like Ansu Fati? Who is he? Who is he? Maradona and free Obao, Rivaldo Ba. Luis Enrique shared 10 jersey for 1 month. Yes, I'm also Roy. He was the captain of the Spanish national team. Okonko ball Real Madrid man ye, but 10 jersey Rocher no. Me say after 1 month, Enrique Roy jersey go. So look at the players that shared the 10 jersey in a bar. Then they gave that jersey out easily. And sorry to use this word cheaply to Ansu Fati, but unfortunately, Ansu and me I'm a 10. I'm a 10. Whether you blame him or you blame injuries. Ansu anti me 10 am ye 10.
See afi Barca supporters na ti as a reason here. Na me story me say Laporta ne fu say name a physical condition dey come there. O me person name a be bo sa next season wo come new.
Yes.
We don't know me we stadium because one obeton Jesus.
We magnet.
Name no market value. And one dey unu am be
unko and somebody are wait cost stadium abuboni di say okoshe ball no your body madin your more Ansu din say me koshe ball your body madin. So Laporta is looking for that figure status say oba be adwuma di back camp but Neymar ebeba Ansu story is always sad, paving the way for other dark guys like Nico Baldi, more adwuma Lami mo no the last generation will pave way now and no one for Zidane story there. The closest player and the first touch met me to Zidane home. A argument on Babome but Iniesta. First touch.
Or the argument.
First touch.
Iniesta ball.
Close control.
Hey. Bono Dananwa. I say Yamano glue be.
On to sound. On to sound.
Whoa, new me that say me ba Michael Newton and I wate in canona we say fancy please tell Newton that I need to see him one day. I really cherish him, please fancy I beg you master. Kwesi Elvis and the band new or message and so I don't know. Kwame Maule Benjamin say Enzo Maresca saying Chelsea is not league contenders, have dropped drastically because have dropped form drastically because players felt they have already achieved their target for the season. And our day in the message, and so at the buy, we say Gucci Mane watching the show live from Fadia we so I say Man versus Spurs both teams to score. Brown Samini Laksim Leskin I don't know Newton we Arsenal are winning today. Gunners for life from Solo AK or Boise watching the show live from Pristia. And our day in the message, and so at the by new team of far where Rich Debra and I Rich Debra so a day in a message, and so by now Mike BBI find it.
BBI come
okay. BBI so I find what happened. Who's it? Mansor Babako. Florence Afia Goat, Face of Grace Covenant Temple, Reverend Evangelist Lokenya was say our ne Nanaya and Atamo and also monitoring show says sports baby.
Oh yeah, the good Nankasa now or the Afrani Dino.
I'm saying
them say Fiesca Coco. Okay. And hombre good in fancy. Maybe that Saturday I Drew say now preview matches in here. I love the storytelling aspect of football games and how is he ever and mesreti for ni ahwefo say omode omfo maso ene omani mfam fam na yenka stories no so fanche omo to delight and then also intensify omo interest.
That's right.
Our game na yebo deuro no. Let's start from Italy. Now the Derby d'Italia, the 267th edition, Basso over the weekend. Mekanisa Juventus versus Inter Milan. There are interesting storylines about this game. Let's go as far back to the 60-61 season. At that time, na Umberto Agnelli and a Italian FA boss. And in charge of the Italian FA. Onukra bobo kwani Juventus. Tomoni Inter Milan babishai. At that time, Inter Milan was handled by Angelo Moratti, former Inter president Massimo Moratti ne papa. Now, if you understand Italian politics, ane aye esikafo ni ekukuda mamu free Italy mine mua. Say about the Agnelli family, and he say wasumi okesene ne kakra. Agnelli family, to an extent, omu wosikaye pa ebusuane mu edo.
Yeah.
Yaka the extensive Agnelli family, they have over 200 family 3 branches. Nese mudo etrakrako Sweden. They are the same family that established Fiat. So Fiat Casa. Exactly.
Fiat no
Alfa Romeo. Opel, they have had investment in before. Philips now TV fridge. Agnelli family no stake womb. They have investment in there. Maserati car no me shows what exactly. Chrysler. Omoye ebusi omumudo. And they have investment in several diversified fields. Into omoye ebusia ye body ne to pe na se e woso otidi ne so a na se wo free mu ana o relate to family na o de wo ahoa. Into Juventus na omo chairman then essentially FA boss no. What they did was they played against Inter. Massimo Moratti, Angelo Moratti family no so omobusu anitino. It comes from a former Nguayetu, which is oil. So they own the Saras group. Almost was kapa. Just a busiam yeluna bichia. Obia wealthy. In the game, there were several incidents. The most way I woman say na a Juve a neighbor with ye. And omoye SSRD a yebo game, but they oversubscribed in terms of ticket. Stadium ni bebu faso and lead to a pitch invasion. Now while your home team, you must suffer for this. Inti akoko emran na say odebi. Sadia yemfa point nemfama Inter Milan. Then some days later, yes, also a very decision is a debi yemfa points nema Inter Milan omon kobo replay. Inter for ni bufu ipa and they cited bias because nipa ye di asem no. Ono ye boss no da eye ekuo na no league na no. Ono ane club ni ani nenya. Na ne club ya kodi asem na sanso adane e de ama ne club ne dia anyway the entwe ye. So what happened was that in the replay game Inter for the omu team na koi and Juventus show by 9-1. A significant result in Juve any Inter games no. So in the 60-61 season Obe say Juventus 9 Inter 1. But let it be noted say a game I took sheda.
Okay, so pictures nebini. Okay.
A game I took sheda. And ye took sheda no Inter for the bufu ya. Omudi omu team Ekoboye. Amongst their youth team, one player baku Sandro Mazzola, the famous Inter Milan player. But as a youth he played against Juve. Omulusu 9-1. In that year, Omar Sivori Nigeria the Ballon d'Or. Omar Sivori was a player of Juventus. That same year, no J Ballon d'Or, and our game no Bobby Oshe 6 goals. So Juve 9, Inter 1. That is a background story to that game where Juve for Nidinyasa win no. Again, in the 1997-98 season, and also it was again the Agnelli family and then the Moratti family. When we see sister one there no. But this time around, and yet Umberto Agnelli. And also Angelo Moratti. This time around, they Massimo Moratti and the Agnelli family. Good. Inter then had Ronaldo. Juventus did not really have stellar stars, but they had players in their folder. Almost Eye Kukudam. Juve winning game no by a goal to 0. But Inter for no GDS say there were incidents be a course where referee no original game no move no. One more, especially a foul on Ronaldo Ananka was a penalty. Inti omudi hun koma me copy parliament. 2 members of parliament. Bakuye a former player of Juventus. Ana chese o sorry so kasana chese parliamentary bit wo we dwan so bo akronfo kwa enwe tia na mo wi aye. And it became a hot topic. And also yedidi hun koma even national newspapers and all the tabloids they captured it. Mame Famra, the 3rd episode, I'm a person with the because there are a lot of stories to tell according to the Derby Italia, Thiago Motta. Morta brought joy and something symbolic. Obien to me in the history of Inter Milan at the moment. Now, he can be a cause of their pain and anguish, especially if Inter Milan loses game on Bebo this weekend. Dear America, sad treble season now, Inter J, the 3 titles that was there to win, the Coppa Italia, the Champions League and the Scudetto.
Yes.
Namazola Ma Tribe in the 60s, 64, 65 Inter Champions League, they won the league in between, but they were not able to win the cup competitions or the league in those reverse seasons. But with Thiago Motta, time and not part of Mourinho's team, they won the treble. Inter Bakosem, and even in Italian football history, I see just once with that Inter side. Motta was an antagonistic character for the Juventini. Game be baso. Na a game one Mario Balotelli pano huntuma somewhere 2009 and Omokokobo game no. So what happened was that there was a lot of controversy, and in that game Motta the red card, Mourinho cried the red card. Into a player Naka Inter for no Juventus for no Omudano. But as a manager, he's leading Juventus now for a certain cause, to cause pain to the Inter faithful.
Let's say Motari as a player, my Inter fans in our joy.
Exactly.
But
and then no, but my responsible for omu pain.
Emma Inter ain't mention Napoli.
Exactly. So once a friend, now a fool, and that is the story of Thiago Motta. In the first leg, Omoko ball a hot 4-4 result to be so kaya. Good. It is still fresh in the minds of the Inter people.
Yeah.
And especially if you check how the title race nekwa, Napoli nie Inter nie Omo Botswana are just a point separating them. Now Motta knew how to play such games because Wacheye in the first round game Omo boy. The interesting aspect is that there are 2 teams with contrasting storylines. The Ananka Juve ya nimno, which is squad corner, ne ya dia Juventus nisu. Anytime Antonio Conte edges Scudetto na Allegri betwa no, it was a very consistent Juventus setup that had been built mostly by Beppe Marotta. And what check his story now, Beppe Marotta need the white and black side or the blue and black side. And I want build a solid squad. Conte the Biaggi League, and then Simone Inzaghi and so the Biaggi League. Inter na Juve yeno and the Inter na. So
the same
good.
Person,
so Inter squad no a level of consistency. Samia Maninka across Europe it is unmatched. Obien one the squad no or more ball mo ho acha omoti omo ho asese the Inter one. Oko Juventus it is a different story. The last time Juve won the Serie A was in the 2019-2020 season under Jotman, Maurizio Sarri. The last remaining member of that squad, Naya Danilo, Anokrasu Motta Ehuniselua, into check Juve team nimua. They don't have that consistency they used to boast of at present. A team made up of talented individuals, but a call for mobile and it will need time, and also they have a new manager. Contrasting storylines, but definitely they have enough quality to show up and deliver on a big gamer you better witness it this weekend. So don't rule anything out. Inter with the benefit of squad consistency, but a year Juve, and so what the quality in terms of individual talent who can transform games. And back home, Randall Colomwani, you baby. Ayako baby, Cronadors one. And this is what's not Falcon. Now, Jaden was here. So from PSG, after fallout with Enrique, Juve is well at home and is ready to deliver. And it's a mortar, air per weapon, or the Beheti Inter for now. There is Colomwani. But again, 2 French strikers, Marcos Thuram and Randall Colomwani. They could also prove an interesting storyline here, Hussein and Nyoma and Subesiako. And then the Thuram brothers. Kefren for Juve and the Marcos for a year Inter Milan. Omo papa nankasa de Obama Juventus. But now, neba a friend Marcos no Obama Inter e de omo je. Na Juve for ni bu efu kakra no se mo nya botre. me baba ko me de ne bebremo. So Kefren Turam is seen as a consolation prize from the Turam father, Lilian Turam, to Juventini. So ono so betimi ama ayarewa to interphone dia, then they'll be able to excite it. So a lot of storylines to follow in the Juve Inter Milan game. And the Wushe game now wo kai ho say eye busuye bi and the lead the ass on to the fierce and intense nature of the Derby d'Italia. And they Moratti busuya kono meja hoko, but the Agnelli family still remain with Juventus. Yako Germany, another big game. Leverkusen against Bayern Munich. When they Kenya big games, but the AC in the last 2-3 seasons in T. And ye jitum say, and ye fan can be. Nanke the enemy the classica. Ne se Dortmund ne Bayern biaba beshia. But Xabi Alonso bevre muno. He has spiced things up into the Leverkusen. Any munchine ba ye hune say a game son. Now they also have 2 wonder kids at the same age, 21, leading their national team united as brothers. But Omokoshe Club they are foes competing for one glory, and that is the Bundesliga title. Meka Florian Wirtz and Jamal Musiala. Almost story, you know, interesting. Now this is an interesting aspect. Musiala no, yadeni ko chinchin ye, exposing to a different culture. Send ye beya obetia brabo na si ye no asua nioma bia ebeka no ho ebetima ma na improve ye no ye remember back he's playing in Germany. Musiala left Germany at the age of 7 no call England. Kobobo boya prominent amongst them was playing for Chelsea's youth sides. Then he returned to Germany again at a very tender age of 16 years. And obebo mu a chese ban no wa fa de rim. So Musiala's exposure to a different footballing culture, emaneti ababase kakra. So I am premping is what na fa akwa. Ema wani mbie. Sorry, mindi obi atem. But if you expose, so what na kumase? What na kumase? Wo Kumasi abrabo sen yesiete what nan kran wo hu sen yesiete wako US kakra wako UK kakra e ma wuti ni pass enti kwan wo fa sususu nioma ene kwan wo fa so di nkomo ana teacher kwan wo fa so ne ni panya nkitahodie no esesa kakra sen obi a one de baby fa ko no watena saa enti onya asa exposure no. So in Jamal Musiala you see a player who has embraced a lot of culture, especially as regards football abuano in terms of the football growth and then development. But the recipe for success if you want to become a football player. Again, so what so in the case of Florian Wirtz, he was born in Poland in the Rhine-Ruhr metropolitan area. Now this is an interesting story, and the interesting storyline is that fancy Cologne, Mönchengladbach, and then what should I add? Leverkusen. Omo within the same metropolitan area. In Tingefebia, Kumasi metropolis, near Woking Faisal, near Wokotoko, near Wokumasi Cornerstones.
Yes.
Na eyensio baako and the connect here. That is a river Rhine. Semika Rhine-Ruhr. So the Rhine has a river. River Rhine, no, a connecting Mönchengladbach, Düsseldorf, Leverkusen, and then Cologne. Now, there was a general gentleman's agreement to say, at the BSC 2001, Wabra Cologne for no kofa a 12-year-old from Leverkusen, Omo Academy, Omo signing into an unprecedented 8-year contract. And a clubs in Miensano, Borussia Mönchengladbach, FC Cologne, and a Leverkusen, yes, eh. Send ye see it here in Germany, ye nimsi a quacoto, ye tiscacoto, a tete, nebo. And it's idea. Ye mark ye mubi Miensano, ye mubi in who Baba Fire Academy product. Ye respect your own, sir. Among the first team here, we can do transfers. But ye ma fancy want to take near me our talent in Enco. So that gentleman's agreement lasted for 19 years. But Leverkusen for it now, see the noms Davy. Cologne akoda we no are paying too much. And yes, idea, yes, smart, neyen defend and yen fanembra. Florian Wirtz on one casano. Maybe he would have been playing for Barcelona or Bayern Munich. But for the parents, almost Davy or Mabo Franusa, Musiala they no free Germany at what age? 7 years. Where they are now force omo manentra baby nimpotem hokra. So his parents insist and say, Omemanatna within the Rhine region. No one school and son will develop it even before they think of a contract outside. No, and a man a cow. So 2 storylines. 2 21-year-olds. Bako de now for exposed him because our for na no person mutu kwan. Bako de now for say man into kwan. Ontna na ombo. And they have defined their teams that they play for, and they have contributed to a national success in terms of a German national team. And almost obejina kono no ma teste omo metal. Akomia did an excellent job in a year typifying omo impact to omo team's name. Vets now be the ultimate playmaker. Assist or my goals or beshe. Musiala this season has proven an efficient goal scorer. He's become one of the top finishers in terms of chances created and goals scored. And to Omumie no would today demonstrate the quality they also possess in them and how they are able to sell themselves to the footballing world. It is a Ushe game now. Who say I am Kodami no, but different storylines. Bako de now for Yentna. Menko baby na baako de na wo force yentu kwan ne kokosua sene ama foforo so wo mo ye wo nioma, and that is beautiful. Maybe ayanka Van Nistelrooy beko Emirate Kodemayu nekwa, the reception would have been different. But again, it also mirrors how the two teams who defined typical English rivalry, especially from the late 90s to the early 2000s, no, or ma drop it at the other form. Make a Man U and the Arsenal. What the Kokoshes are Manchester United and the Arsenal game in 2003. Dear Martin Kyun could Van Nistelrooy in him after missing a penalty. What TMA man in a see, and they assistant. Yes, a rivalry at Man City. Football, I say you. Football, I say.
I say, yeah, boss name a couple before say couple on a Shadrach, you're ready and me money pami and san a 3,000 Ghana cedis. I Wontumi a star 256 star 256 star 4 hash star 256 star 4 hash. Shark, you better draw me and sending you now to us. 3 tower. Yeah, 3 tower. 3,000.
3,000. But fancy.
Obia 1,000.
But you listen about so what Nadaroma. You knew way from Mano. Or say, oh, mammy, FA free, Tafo, 2 pound chrono, Constance Hospital. Mammy, Jan wallet war, church now free in Nadaroma. And what you say hospital no con is can be now or they coin in your ma. Inti say, when you cha, wallet be so, sir. Na wahunu na betimi aboa ne card ne nyoma bebre na wom.
Okay.
Enti ubunya afre number we 0552 233998 0552 233998.
Whoa, Shark, Yankwe, first draw na fee. Yamami and sending in a bomb real quick. And then so Dr. Amuzu, Ewaha, Yane Dokon, so Ebedin Commonti, and first draw 1 edican for 1,000 Ghana cedis. I want to me a star 256 star 4 hash. Now was selected option 3. And no, Anna a jackpot on a fee. Also, what now with the amount for first cap 0244 588 star 0244 588 star when ya 1,000 Ghana cedis. Yene ne betwetwe komo later on the show. Shark yankwe the second draw yamraso na yenje osami chase can we quick na manfo nya be di twa mo bet because enche bia na matches start ye sorry ya pet na chess the first game Arsenal ofie ebo Leicester and no be so na Arsenal mo kwa we Arsenal be kwa we ama isa game number so and the Shark from me call me second draw no sooner e twagu no any braba o amanfo ni abre pesca weekend 0542 829 star 0542 829 star ono so enya 1,000 Ghana cedis and channel so emame another 1,000 aye 2,000 and no on checking the phone so wenya enche bia ne ebekasa after the third and final draw and ne catch us ebecha 3,000 Ghana cedis twa now obedi yenya third and final draw and so enie When if yes, okay, I'll call weekendy and we bed 0558 360 star 0558 360 star nti omomiensa obi anya 1000 Ghana cedis each Wontumi achede star 256 star 4 hash eno no yes kapon break near mamrem e ofia beda high sense empany for asemi my papa no wo mo na benya bi enso ato ana fe tabia herba industries tabia herba company industries onom ana day chese nupa ne bi enso abedwaso ya modern so be bi enso ato Alaska Star Enterprise ema wallpapers ne bi na fe wo so address o dem offices any adeni nyina no wo benya bi enso ho na kofiamu a Marble Stones selling production Marble Stones ni na no mo takwa ba bia obiano wo mo so edebebro ana Natural and Company Limited wo mo so de nupa bedwaso mema ne ma no nupa no enso our Natural and enso ho omo ana be ma nupa ne bi ama wo so anya bi enso ato Dr. Mensa ba clinic o kotwi bomodi enso be kono akwaje wa yaresa enso de free Dr. Mensa enso ho afei untumi a kire maka wansem enso de a kire star 256 star 4 hash and afei GC brand omo and a day soldier mentholated powder and in the bum enso abedwaso emulate herbal supplement no aye kantanka herbal pharmaceutical and a research center womo and a day abedwaso pepito na enom medima for about center Dr. Time edaso and also aye doctor and na dono so ase and afei betway unya twa ubedi regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana with a K Enterprise or my phone accessories a phone one can also tiasia you can so bema and so ewu and I will see a power specialist about hospital call no kwakwaje wayaresano and so a free or fix my right company limited almost so kano aya dada over so your inside and outside almost no pano ewe jasia memoria so be pebi and so anum couple.
Yeah, fancy.
Yes.
Ose couple shoe no. Sa camera ne toswa. Nebo ade ho.
And I say you shoe. 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 And I almost shoe.
There be shoe.
On the last day no did no.
You're ready.
And I said was J Vance Day. Why
what this is a better time?
And on intro Vance Day. Yeah, babe, and on pani be intro say yeah, time was on
the official Vance Day ambassador 2025.
And I'm saying
almost omoji also.
And no, I am the junior Maya package to come on Sunday. 5 cities note, money be
atoso. I actually dear a good
a man be said money at
easy. Omoji award.
How much that domain?
Oh, yes.
I don't okay. Obiano,
buffet. Yes, buffet. No, so.
And vast 6 matches almost have been
holiday be Audi.
Easter was almost have first July, I said I'm drawing a message to
you.
I see league numbers of return.
You can't league yourself. I didn't chew at
over for one.
I bet you I know they want mommy view.
And then I do the channel too.
Oh, okay. I have to not a coffee.
Oh, yes. Coffee. You won't be
but I mean, you say power bank coming from Regina by.
Oh, okay.
And a 500 Ghana cedis note. Drinks room. And I'm behind and I can't be.
Hey, now natural
money bouquet.
Money bouquet. You know what guys you enjoy,
share.
Hey.
Yes,
I'm
for Germany fancy. Whoa, your room name for local news no kakramra na with your phone room na omunim komoda Black Queens. Yes, coach, you know, enya bedu came last or babedu na kem bedu ye no Laura Hapto je adwuma no to one ehwe say ni obi betimi abefa be ye adwuma na enra enokre obedu e wo GFA secretariat na enya asem yeto ama wono so nani so adi hu no wo edema the Black Queens no de betu dwa na de ntia wono so befa adwuma no chirchim na unveiling no eko so ema the FA no eyi no edi echere Ghana for say free na eko the Queens team no eye Kemlas ono ana be fa team na obeye adwuma na afi nuama ye kamanti the FA one more unveiling of any coach no and also a video no say ready a shark ebe me hu na afi ato aso the afro coach unveiling say anesikoye no more a pan home to men run say or more a natural Ghana for you see or do that Black Queens no be juma and the momuna or say or team no dear women's AFCON no dear or jiri say or move to me aje or said the new Messi corner team no jana so ye pan crew adie o bet me aje bi entie kem and somebody to that.
That is always a process. I mean, if you just focus, I know it's like a big tournament is on the way with the World Cup in Brazil, and that will be really important to make sure that Ghana will be a part of that tournament. Okay, but if we're only talking about that, then we're going to miss each day. And the job starts from now. We need to make sure that we improve a little bit every single day. Okay. So it's going to start with the first camp now in Morocco for me and the rest of the staff to get to know the players, and then we will start to build them. We're going to do everything we can to make the people proud of the women's national team, the Black Queens, in the summer. But like I said, we need to make sure that over long term that we'll be at least like a top 4 team in Africa with absolutely potential to win the tournament, because we are good enough and we have talent player enough to be there and fight for the title. It's not.
Yes, inti came no share Laura Hope to start in the year or no original so the account because oba no abo matches be na intimi show me to all the end the account wo de no and ye hwe anim say oba be bi na ugina obi start so now the kasa de mbia e be di hwamu ye pa yen call the sports minister so na face sports and recreation minister Yera Kofi Adams e wo Kumase Asante Kotoko secretariat enra na nya asemeto ne mpanimfo be hye ne nyina ye pole free awo free mu no ene said yes yehwe na yetoto enuama na bibia ye na Ghana ball no esan eba na ensem de bebre ne piem enra ye bobi etimi edimao na said ye ensem ne sikwa na na apinkra ensem odi tu dwane nyina ye de kakra enso beba na o se de se bebia du no o ka kire minister se eze ewo no yehwehwem na ehwehwemu na eze ehwehwemu no so no yehwe na pepe yonso ye den edadi na nuama ye den eye kama na pole nipa bia odi na wo no sa nipa no yetima yi na pie na ese ma independent body and a room a investigation is said be ya no credit ma daddy because omo e de ahwe omo nsa no nsem bi kro mbek kai no e je so omo nye serious say omo e be hwehwemu eyie yentie na na penkra ensem ode tudwa
na de yesre bi mu so afio ene say asem yesi enye ewo no nko a eye bibi ehyasie baabi na di be wie saa enye ni se enye ntokwa na siye enye se bibi na siye enti we dey mesro naka institute probe into match both pre-match even to end of the na pacho wa kase di echiremaye if you say no course no e ade a akoso ache na da no eba ne complain na watri ba ku na watri mienu a na bibia ajo na eja manata ebi kotu ye bia na ebi kotu ye brekum ama brekum kura po de ya fa echire kura po fresh soja for kura mo ba o omo ba ye omo ama soja for na rom say ya nka say the soja for be ba na ya nka o pre-match conference nti omo mba wa the member na di adwumati ma soja for ko chira nchen enye ho nko a enye ye de nko a ye mi house for so almost echo baseke holy star ni nase almost so ko shesha bibi bebre da ye mi no me yeko away matches na omudidi e ehunu ne atetinsem ba we na chese sabi ewo abamunti no na ma na basa ba de aka nyina de ba o complain kakra
bi eno na from secretariat no omudo mani chairman sha ema omuni team rako sha na opim so den sam kakra tudwa ono so any minister edin komo ma okache minister say polewu no investigation de ese pao na ye hwe nipa okum no na emra no eye adwumani ukwan say ye ne say polewu na da bi ese mra adwuma na nipa na odi sa nyamra asɛm no yɛkyerɛ na ɔno nso mmra no ɛne ne di nana ɛkasa fa ho
yɛnim obiara sɛ politics ɛno asɛ yɛdi first yɛawene black star for ɛwe waba no so black star so ma yɛnkɔ yɛnim yɛnim agu ase koraa nti na ɛnyɛ football no deɛ adeɛ hɔ ne kɔtɔkɔ deɛ awerɛho sɛ baasa kɔdi agorɔ no obi kɔwo obi sekan de ɛso mfa so no sɛ na ɛsɛ yɛabranteɛ no yɛahyɛ daa sɛ yɛkɔwɔ no sekan nti mɛsrɛ sɛ hwehwɛ mu bi a wɔ sɛ yɛyɛ bia nyɛ na obiara ntumi mfa tumi nhyɛ ne nsɛm saa nkɔkum nipa ɛso ni mfa so wahwere ne nkwa na ɛnyɛ football no de
ɛyɛ nsɛm no ɛka fa ntia no yɛ ready a yɛbɛdi san kɔmɔ no na afei ahwɛ nsɛm a nana ɛretu dwa nso ɛde ma minister sɛ de bɛyɛ ɔno nso ɛde san kra no bɛkɔ na afei ɔmo de akɔyɛ adwuma na pɛpɛ yɔ nso adaadi ɛwɔ wɔn hwehwɛ mu a ɛno yɛyɛ no so nti wɔn nsɛm kakra ɛno no sɛ no ɛnyɛ ready di a ɛna yɛntie kakra ɔka kyerɛ minister sɛ black stars no nso ayɛ week ɛnneɛma nkɔ yie ɛsɛ yɛhwɛ na black stars so fa ne ntoma pa efrɛ no nso
kɔtɔkɔ deɛ awerɛho sɛ baasa yɛkɔdi agorɔ no obi kɔwo obi sekan de ɛso mfa so no sɛ na ɛsɛ yɛabranteɛ no yɛahyɛ daa sɛ yɛkɔwɔ no sekan nti mɛsrɛ sɛ hwehwɛ mu bi a wɔ sɛ yɛyɛ bia nyɛ na obiara ntumi mfa tumi nhyɛ ne nsɛm saa nkɔkum nipa ɛso ni mfa so wahwere ne nkwa a ɛsɛdeɛ ho nti timra was a Maya, and said Pierre fast so by be interested in the bear. The Betty and the permanent person so won't me yet or my umbrella. Football no be Konako, Jina, what is a kind of woman. Never pin neck, Tini Banako, or Beppin, who is out and Renia. Was it? Oh, only a problem. I was here chin and energy. Bianca says, see, state you also see about to work nipa. Football so na more would be a child be by no agreement, we are calling him a memory. Be a befast be a mere katakata, so young call from near the young Chunia, Pronimus as a dear tin or
yes nurse pole ensem no na na kasa fa no se mra ense nya adwuma se si stadium o se si achi esi ya kunipa aha nipa kumu asem ne kenya ba bi esi ye enti nemse enwo asem no na black stars no zo ka che no abo Kofi Adam se sports minister dia ye de hwe black stars no nso ye maye na Ghana ye kanyina no black stars enso ye Ghana kuma pa
nim obi answer politics no say ye differs ya winning black star for every waba so black stars ma yɛnkɔ yɛn yɛnim agu ase koraa nti na mma obi ankɔ fafa player bia fa technical people papa no mu hwɛ player papa no nyɛ na ɔnna yɛ saa no a ne yɛnya player papa a ɔbɛbɔ na obiara de ne player kɔ do ɛnyɛ kɔtɔkɔ sɛ maka to sɛm deɛ menim player bia sɛ deɛ mɔtete no ɔbɛbɔ nko a mma obi amfa obi ama sɛ ma wɔnkɔbɔ mmɔnkɔbɔ na enye yi nti saa na bema na enye yi na yɛhyɛ yɛ ne ane nyinaa ɛwerɛ aho nti yɛkɔɔ ha yi sɛ yɛanu baabi a ne ate ahwɛ kofi adan ɛnyɛ na ɔnye nkɔ ho na yɛ ne yɛ mu na le yɛ papa na yɛ mu nti wobɛtumi a wode mu sɛ wote sɛ kuta gyina wɔsɔ bi mu a sɛ ɔgyina mu a ne saa no ɔte ne ba no dadadada sɛ womɛdana sɛ yɛhyia no yɛbɛbɔ mpaeɛ ama no
near Dinkomo sports minister and so kasa as a football or Ghana and here reset as a reset in your mana bono etimi economy and also sports minister ekasa fa reset no ehonemum pole after senra omo free mensiana sports minister omo do omani eche pole abusua fie am omo kwasra abusua and also pictures ni ade e by abontema who say yes enye easy kra na say abusua no so ani abre a omo hwe say minister betimi aboa na omo de omo hwehwa eni nipa okum pole ni betime hu no na mra no enso ene na dinti abusua fie ho ana ohwe pictures no etwa gu ayede wonsam no eve banes sports minister ni pole mame ana wo ka bibi gu na sum se nyabotre ebeye ebechi obi oye bibia anso aban ene ne bedi eno wonsam no na reporter fancy yensa e kan se nyame adoma league no wo mo plan F4 no plan is on the 1st of March ana omo pese
Saturday
yes starting Ghana league no enti eno ye reporter de ye te wo FA wo omo nyamfa maye and say any official from the FA nemo de ye tete from the FA no and say nkomo no de obedi bat o say o kasa kire nine crab e den enti eno de enti first case obia nko training na onko starting na omu training kakra say de be ya obi abefa ne shape na league no ebe bounce kama pa enti no eye kakra free FA na so ye e de benti ye from na kope Monday no ye be ko clubs na so ye ne no be nkomo say preparation e koso ana o mati bibi from the FA na ya to aso de free as de o ma start e boabo omu kra minim so o mati bibi because I can say Vincent to so one alaja can be ne nkofo onso omo de omu gina ba bi o ma say omu na FA problem omu ko solve na omo bo friendly game watch na omo ne Heart of Lions ana airborne nti me de minim so omo preparation no ana start here omo de omu wa camp nti nyame adoma 3 p.m. e wo Pobiman Hearts of Oak and Heart of Lions games no eno ebeba so eno ye friendly game a omo airborne nti fancy eno ye kakra ba e kwan dawa Oba time say me birthday be manity. The kwanda wa. Yes, happy birthday Nkoma Konadu Deborah. And your birthday. Oba time say you wish happy birthday. Nti Konadu Deborah, happy birthday. Enko Enfama Enano Painty. Eno and I fin so Deborah, happy birthday and come and Yamisha no your kase fancy.
Whoa, oh couple, me da see any Mike ebeba my name is Ababa Shak. My your birthdays no quick. Now the producers and the band yen rap and free on na fee. Yen mama to so and so fear the can say happy birthday going out to a Champoma Eva, our University of Education Winneba, Ash from Junction when I would penny so we show I would Panyamin Shona on ton super and so engu birthday no so and I say when so I say happy birthday going out to my wife. I'll send a wife your friend or him Esther Jemfi by Castro Ura Castro ne say or we show or him I would say ono don munto na chese en koswa nya pampe na manual man so nya come and fama fe nya maintain him and show happy birthday going out to Tracy Cindy. We are from Shadrach can so say Tracy Cindy and ewa wada wamo ewe show a happy birthday na chese eno no ntia ya mama to aso nti wo meza
yes
will be the message about say yen sign Mike man na mesre
only release clause to court bia
say yen no mo ko
only release clause near billion Fancy, I think say Koroko a release statement. Na oya Koroko statement na omo kasa say omo susu nyoma bi ho e de kire the FA. Momo ne akra so folk kabo mu. E kiro ade de koma FA reforms bi omo hia. Said the bear league na ye ba be resume no nyoma betimi akoye di amomo. Na me say na omo the strict measures bi to say FA no anya mfa amomo a. League no return na be dey di amomo. The FA has also officially written to Kotoko and has to invite them. We nya phone so nkomo enye nkomo official invitation. Say Kotoko ne has nyina mra na omo ntina Kotoko so age atum say ombe konkran. No makwakushia FA mpanyimfo no na omo ne omo atenase na reforms no omo trogu krata so no omo pinse mu no modi ho nkomo na omo hu se de besiti akọ amana bo amagana football etimi afano ntoma pa e de efra and fancy I think said this is a good step by Krobia Kumasa Sante Kodoko and the FA. This is what we want. Na the enenam say we timi wakame we mpeso be fi mi we attitude chire say ni nyina no. I think it's na esuni mfaso. But I think this is the right way to go. Say they will engage the two clubs. They will sit down, understand obi abete ne ho ase. No obi a de adwen pa ne adwen mu fan e de awuramu say league no yenko ne yenko to aso na ne oma entimi enkoye emfamaye. I think Kodoko ehia the sports minister Koroko Eshia Shanti Regional Minister Koroko Eshia the GFA and Komodidi Bebre na Koso. I'm really hoping say all of these meetings will result in a positive reform for Ghana football and the right things will be done in the right way.
Yeah,
because I don't think say any other thing would have given us the opportunity to have these kind of people visiting Kotoko Secretariat within a month.
No,
okay.
I had a Betway code not so. Eddie Amamu Facebook, Momo TV, no Betway code no and a Dasunti. I'm also a ready my memo bosso, a mamo. I 16 EB A3 CA 16 EB A3 CA production team I can remember team weekend nyaminto super ngo so menyina
mention more kumase more shop right ono boys na hwe pomu busa misisi ase ema omode yo made
ani mi renchin so
yes
serious winners ani renchin so no yankele bone jaku ewo asawase
of course
asawase Saturday show
Anklebo
Mawari
da meresi siye
Mawari
na mani
Anklebo
also me video I Manchester
oh Monday we enjoy Manchester and Tifasi I think say yenni mrane so ne hope for the best say to bring it the best out but me was serious concern be am person me addressing in there me serious concern in gina the use of the AstroTurfs and the timing of games na ebo with Division 3 women's football and maybe other games be officially ebo but the minimum Division 3 games Division 2 games and the Women's Premier League the timing and the type of AstroTurfs now you use now no Kumasi Asante Kotoko Ebutia Crystal Palace Division 3 once Kumasi Asante Kotoko Young Warriors no na fancy omubo game ni wie no ye nyakra na nya players be 3 or 4 omopra ba ko de ni kotodwe na anu ya about him say bandage bonu kotodwe den and Division 3 games ni bi so omobo because you say almost centralizing most of the games it you choose one AstroTurf na ho no omobo games ni nyina ade awie Women's Premier League no so the same thing ye group omo say ya anase group omo one venue ho no omobo games ni nyina ade awie madaroma AstroTurf na ye boso ball no ya complainia kan wasema with how I city ye no ebi ye pa ebi so issues pa me de mabo bi wo so a Mike mimi hu ni se kromase no maye bi ye pa me di ka kote ede no kote AstroTurf no isu to krenta so ewiabo a hit ni nyoma nse da mabutu nim ti se other ones na ba hu no then over here the champ so de no and also shada generate hit bebrebe sa iti in your area AstroTurf ni pramo what you need from you is to give us a video of that ni nyina ye mo ne hanse ne toto nyoma because players no fancy ude start boot ni gina so a hit na generated the na time no mo di bo games no mo mo 10 11 12 enso kroma say AstroTurf ya nyina so ya light asisi so AstroTurf ya ni kroma nyina no ya light asisi so see the be amafo betima bobo na nwumre but then anopa 10 area 12 1 2 and no Mike ti ase me the pass Mike wa Mike mo ye Dr. Pambo interview Dr. Prince Pambo and Dr. Prince Pambo statement to make in here say enkula within the ages of maybe be about 10 ho kwakusi be 25 years no mo bo AstroTurf ne so a enhye na more long term effect ni issues bisa but omo feel 25 for the kosoro no in no time mo se ni kotodwe in no time mo se ni hamstring in no time mo se ni ankle in no time mo se ni nine no or the sebutumu na emu hu no omo nya problems as each and every day passes by yes you say Division 3 ni Division 2 for the games no mo bo no ebu ono mo age no 25 no mo bro ebu ono so football age ni ate so by age no ben 25 ni 26 no it injuries na e hankoda no yes ramo mo yama some of the teams no mo nya interest in playing the Division 3 BM
okay
because koroko any age ho so be division obey junior team why junior team now register mo Division 3 now osa say o boy emu 3 epra emu for pra senior team ni so de be 25 players no ma register mu ko 26 to 27 fancy ebi pra wo expect say junior team ni enfa bi mechem e say junior team na ya register mu division 3 no omu pra due to pitch ni condition ni the timing enti benefit no ko pra wo mu na mechem fam
Mese ama Mike Mbre na Dr. Amuzu beba 12 ya ati Mike
fancy bede
consensus ni de yenya na heya
bede we are send Shadrack so bet me nyama ya
okay
you see the week has been very intense nyama akoso na watwi ya yesi mu I say mu edu emu ehye kakra na ni na dodo na begina one or two clubs must have club safety and security officers CSSO and every region must have a regional sports security officer. Now the way the China say club no, I've heard the word Giatum say a ban of buying bonhons sensem a venue. Obemu when near brew. Now a security officer no will be responsible for sensitizing, educating supporters to understand the do's and don'ts when they come to the venue, and also ensuring say obi bia oba stadium hobiano and found so yakoda or no ye pengi oba anabema ana se obo team na no new team nim say omo bimbo send e be your betimi free fee aba and they will leave the facility in one piece. Club should have this safety officers who will be helping, just like we have VMOs. Make sure that I can imagine say it should be venue media officers. And they said there will be no. This one should be a venue safety officer. Because over in a club now, they are so much inclined towards the club than the venue. But we are in the venue now. This will be a Kepler. And in the Jumedia Odino, it is not just aligned to Kotoko, but will be Arabia as the home team. Kepler will be there to sort you out in terms of media coordination, liaison, and it's a way any panel. The stadium security officer, and yes, a club B nearby, only a certain club affiliation. The biases no entire and shows are. But I don't know the thinking into why they made a club security officer anyway. But I believe that is the way to go. Send a bear class na beti ase at times mostly nyoma ye any kwan fa so ye no we don't understand the need for this. Obi award the mining sector, obi award the oil and gas sector. Ya training no as regards human safety and as occupational health and safety. You see that they prioritize say dwumadie na wudi no enya mfaso a company ni benya basa obi empra. Exactly. So I'm a cite example now. Abro mu see a new TNS stadium no. Unfortunately obi free so be from. They stopped work. They commissioned investigations into it. Who say now it is safe enough for them to continue the stadium. No more twice. And no crack can be the mad delays in the buy. For companies that prioritize, say, the workforce, the employees, staff, they don't compromise on safety and security. So if the footballing sector will need to be seen as a serious one, an industry that looks at returns on investment, and returns on investment, and yes, it can't more. But also customer satisfaction, and the supporter is your customer or consuming product, and they are paying for such services I render. Now say Obeba Stadium hono abo born in the aje. No be sounds we free stadium ho akofie in one piece a man enough satisfaction said that she be Obesa so bebion ana empo bedi ho dance here and so they are try more abonten. So if you are a club and you are selling football, then you need to prioritize on the health and safety of Nipa or consuming football product. So it is in line with this. So it was a clubs ninya sadiano. Your second point now, you will see that it speaks to another development, and that development will shall bet me aboya. That
may a point two no. Second point.
The clubs must ensure all supporters are registered and must ban those who engage in violence. Jumedie bia a service based I heard that you want to keep track or database of or more patronize your product. Send you can have that engagement with them because you need feedback. The football clubs, they need feedback. Feedback here free, almost supporters. Now you must be able to identify your supporters akomienie or support Boboko way, fancy your support Boboko way. Fancy dear ne challenges are war and Tibrana Becca. So you need that feedback. Now, if you don't register them, how do you get the feedback? And I think with this, the FA must play a role in getting the clubs close to these telcos. You were MTN, you were Airtel Tigo, you were a Telecel. Good. Now these are popular or more numbers. In Tibia, maybe a Kotokofana more number number. So what I think will help, no, will maybe do with Ghana card and then their phone numbers. See a register. Now you to me identify or say supporter near the number near you attach it to way near to me a Tracy. It will help us in terms of especially identifying miscreants or more stadium sebe on Bayan Yome Winhia and Semfata. So it's crucial. In TFN to say, you know, I expect them to also lead the way and help the clubs in terms of how they identify and then register or more patronize or monioma Nambama Nyoma and Suntimin Kosu for Mujumedi. I think we'll be to speak to point 3 near because of time. Club CEOs and management members and supporters' leadership must sign MOU to help police identify and arrest troublesome supporters. It's crucial. Omwa oko stadium omo share amount for any because omo support omo clubs no. They don't act in vacuum. Yewo enimu ayehu ene nse bi ewe chira yehu omo piepie omo yesa. If any supporter will misbehave, it's because Wontumi be a backing. And some of these supporters, leaders, some of these club owners, some of these club administrators, they know these people because they are popular. Omo ya, omo timi bo omo ahotedi, omo bo omo guy name oh challenge I. No I said that boneni a che no koso. So they know them. Now, if we are all serious, see a clamping down on hooliganism, then these club owners and the supporters leadership, they will need to commit to the cause, say, and the young question pion. Yeah, empower momo nyesebe. No man send fatani bion. But rather what we will do is that we are committing, we are liaising with the police because no man it is not just a sin against football, but it's also a crime. Especially if it leads to the Wednesday, February 2nd now. And if some more committee more signing a memorandum of understanding, then it means what committed to that. And if you breach it, I expect there to be sanctions or punishment that will be meted out to these parties who have committed to the MOU. So, and many they are dorsal. There will be enough days and enough time to dive deeper into this.
Measures from the good from the old church, it means there's a class so adapt here.
Yeah. And I'm more be also Nikotokone has in Kontoka. If you are a visionary and you understand, you will not need to oppose.
Okay.
Manuesi.
Mate, me and Dr. Muzu, and so in your mini abana on where dear.
Adam.
Don't console where.
Or no dear, say Ushiana.